I don't think Hitler was an alpha male
No.
because he didn't eradicate the Jews.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the basement. I don't know what episode number it is. It's been a couple of weeks. Mara and I haven't talked.
I think it's this many.
Is it that many?
I think it's this
8?
many.
Okay. We'll go with that. Mara and I haven't been talking. We've been beefing like Kendrick and Drake. Biggie
and Tupac?
Yeah.
That was the thing, right?
Yeah. Drake has to go into hiding, I think, after Kendrick's latest, but it was rough.
Like when Kanye stole Taylor Swift's Thunder when he was like, Beyonce have one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah. That was the thing. And then there's the phone call, and then we got Reputation, and it was a whole thing. And then on her new album, Taylor
what do you
Swift.
think of Taylor's new album? Have you listened to it? I haven't listened to it.
I listened to it night of. I didn't like the first half, but I liked the second because there was the initial album, and then she dropped a second album at 2 a.m. That's like an entire double album, just because. First album, it's fine. I like Taylor. I don't like the synth pop stuff that she does. That's like I don't know. I didn't love Midnights, and this is very Midnight sounding. But back half
I was the same with you on that.
Back half was very folklore and Evermore coded, which are like I think far and away the two best things that she's done. So I like the second album, I guess, significantly more than the first one.
So I heard like that as far as like the lyrics and stuff, that it was like very like heartbreak-esque, and it's like, aren't you with Travis and aren't you happy? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
I don't know.
Can you be heartbroken while you're happy? I guess, but like, is it just that you're trying to like leverage your teen girl audience that loves it when you're brokenhearted? Like, I'm confused.
I think it's partially that. I think it's also partially more so writing about like feelings inspired from past things rather than like specific people and things.
Gotcha.
It felt more so like that to me. There were some rough lyrics on it, such as "You smoked and ate 7 bars of chocolate. We declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist." It's a rough one.
What is she talking about? Girl, you're better than this.
But like on the back up, like Peter, excellent. The Black Dog, excellent. Chloe or Sammer, Sophia or Marcus, excellent track. The manuscript's great. Like there's a lot of really, really good, like low key, more acoustic stuff on the back half.
That's dope.
Rather than just very overproduced, Jack-Antonoff weird stuff that I don't like on the first half. It's weird because I like Jack-Antonoff in a lot of cases. Like I think when he's producing Lorde stuff, like I think Melodrama is one of the best like pop albums of like the century so far. Like it's incredible. When he's worked with Lana Del Rey, like did you know there's someone on Rosen Boulevard, I think is amazing. Norman fucking Rockwell, incredible. Like I think he's a good producer. Just for some reason, I do not vibe with his stuff with Taylor. So I don't know.
I just felt like I needed to.
You have frozen. That's sick. Australian Wi-Fi spikes again. Are we back?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Australian Wi-Fi. You're in Australia, right?
I am, yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure before I spread misinformation.
No, that's okay. I think it was actually because I turned off my VPN really quick.
Okay. That would make sense.
Because I was like, I wonder if that's a problem.
Yeah. But no, I do have the Kendall Roy The Eras Tour shirt on right now, so I think it's.
I saw that. That's dope.
Taylor. So but yeah, no, I thought it was like I was mixed but leaning positive because of the back half on the album, but I think it's like middle tier Taylor as a whole. So, but yep. What else happened? Oh, well, speaking of, I was going to show you. We can just go straight into this. So I feel like I don't talk about music a lot with things, but I am a very, very big music head, and I think my musical taste is very all over the place. Like I will I generally like, like Taylor Swift and like pop and that, but then I also really like folk and like, just very sad, depressing folk music. And then I also really like experimental rap and all that. Like I'm very all over the place. So I have recently decided to collect vinyls, and
Oh,
because
cool.
yay physical media, and I have recently dumped an unnecessarily large amount of money into vinyls despite not having a vinyl, like a record player. Um, so getting a record player will obviously be a next step, but for now I have vinyls, and I was going to show them to the class.
Ooh. Yes, please.
So I have sitting behind me, I mentioned him earlier, but Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly." I
Ooh.
think the best rap album of all time. Very, very good, like jazz funk fusion. Also just a very cool album cover. Great, great stuff. Have you ever listened to Kendrick Lamar?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, nice, nice. Then I have Sufjan Stevens' Javelin, which I recently bought. Are you aware of Sufjan Stevens?
I am not.
So he did the original songs for "Call Me by Your Name." It's written by him.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So this is his album from last year that is one of the saddest things I've ever heard. It's only like 35 minutes or so. And it is about his husband. I think it was his husband who died of cancer. Um, and it's
Hashtag
basically
sad.
an album saying goodbye to him.
Oh my god.
It's brilliant. This is Boy Geniuses The Rest. It's a tiny thing. It's only 4 tracks. It's just a little EP that they dropped. That's very fun. Then we have, there isn't too many of these. Then I have more Kendrick with Good Kid, Mad City.
Nice.
Very, very good. People describe this album as like a movie, and like it kind of is. It's basically detailing his teenage year. It's a full story album, kind of detailing his teenage years growing up in Compton, and like the peer pressure he felt when getting like involved with gangs, and then being taken out by like a record label and all these types of things. And it's just like very, very good storytelling. More things. Lana Del Rey's "Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard?" Um,
Lana
love
Del Rey. Interesting.
I love Lana Del Rey. Very, very big fan. And yeah, no, the central like metaphor of it all being that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard that was built in the 1950s that was like this massive new attraction. When it came out in the 1950s, it's a tunnel under the beach and so everything like that. And she kind of mimics a lot of sounds of music from that era and is asking the question, like, at what point do we all become the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Like, at what point do we all become the attraction that everybody used to love that's then forgotten about?
Dang.
And it's very, very cool. Then we have Boy Geniuses, The Record. I love the boys. Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, and Julian Baker, my favorite boys. They're very cool. And I saw them live, and then I got this signed. Ta-da!
Dude.
So Boy Genius, very, very cool. I need to get some of Phoebe Bridgers solo stuff. Cured my depression. Then last couple, I mentioned Taylor Swift. I have Folklore and Evermore. I think by far the best 2 things that she's ever done. Considerably. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant albums. Last couple things. We got Tyler the Creator's Igor. Are you familiar with Tyler the Creator?
No.
He used to be very
I'm familiar
annoying.
with Cedric the Entertainer.
Similar cadence in the name. So he used to be very annoying and make very bad music, and then he made a very, very good thing with this. and has since made very good music. And there's a couple good things before that, but basically, the album is about like being gay and falling in love kind of with someone, but then still wanting them to be your friend, and having to deal with like, okay, well, they're my friend. I don't want them to think it's weird because it's like this relationship that's maybe different than what they want, and all these types of things. And it's basically just like this cycle, and the album like repeats musically within this cycle, so that way it like goes over and over again from back to front. And it's very, very
really?
good. One of the best rap albums of the last decade. The last Kendrick in here, his latest, Mr. Brown and the Big Steppers, very good.
I feel like someone might. I'm just gonna say it might like Kendrick Lamar.
Listen.
I'm not positive though.
The man won a Pulitzer for writing. Okay, like he's a brilliant writer. I got Annette.
Oh yeah. I think I have that.
I love Annette so much.
Yes.
And there isn't an American Blu-ray release, so this is like the only physical thing that you can have. I think that there's a UK one, but you need like a region free. So yeah, and then last thing, the limited edition Bo Burnham Inside Complete Collection vinyl, which has all of the original tracks, all of the extended edition tracks, and all of the like score pieces, like the instrumental pieces.
Nice.
And it has a thing that is signed by Bo Burnham. Ta-da!
Ooh.
I bought this on a whim with money that I probably didn't have to spend for too much money, because there was a thing saying that there was only going to be 1,000 of them, and I was like, well, I must have that then. Obviously. So yes, music, vinyls. I've also been listening to JPEG Mafia a lot lately, and would highly recommend him. Very, very cool experimental rap. So anyways, this has been my TED Talk.
I love it.
With what I've been doing with my time lately. Let's put
Oh, here we go. Dang it. I was trying to look up something really quickly. It's only available for rent. Dang it.
What?
There was a movie I was thinking of giving you to watch. I was going to change my mind, and I was like, dang it, it's only available for rent.
I mean, that'd be fine. We know I don't pay for things legally anyways.
That's true. I have no comment.
Listen, I buy enough physical media. I think I've served my part.
That's true. Although I guess the other one I was going to give you isn't streaming anywhere anymore anyway. Oh, I guess it's because it's after the first of the month. I looked when it was still April.
Yeah, it's been a second.
It's May. What is
May
this?
Now.
What
I had my
this?
last high school. That I'm done with school until college.
No.
Yeah, like I'm fully done with school until college. I need to wear my retainer more. This is rough. See this gap right here?
I know. I need to wear my retainer too.
I haven't worn my retainer in like a week. Paying the consequences.
It's been longer for me.
Nobody look at my teeth. I mean, same. In indeterminate amount of time.
What are you trying to say about my teeth, Trevor?
I speaking about mine, I drew attention to them. I already had to get a second one made because I just didn't really wear the first. It's not that I don't want to wear it. I just forget because I don't have a sleep schedule. So it's like I just kind of fall asleep wherever. Like I only sleep in my bed like 50% of the time, most of the time. Well, not most of the time, the other 50%. It's just kind of like wherever I happen to be. Like, because I'm usually doing something, and then I'm just like, oh, tired, time to go to sleep, and it's usually like on the couch or something. So,
Same.
I don't really have time to like, put it in because I'm tired. But I need to fix that because I just need to look like head on. There we go. That looks fine. Good. Have to keep my head like. But you're in Australia.
I am.
Do you want to say what you're doing
What?
in Australia?
Um, medical things
Fair. I think
and
that's a reasonable
also
answer.
well, and also friend things. I have friends here. Oh, it was so cool. So I got to play D&D last weekend for the first time in a really, 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 really long time. And it was awesome. I got to play a Harangon, which was not even a thing the last time I played D&D. It's like
Nice.
it's an anthropomorphic rabbit. Um, and it was so cool. Oh, I should have gotten my mini. I could have shown you guys my mini because now you can like 3D print like a
Mhm.
specific figure that you design. Also, not a thing when I played D&D before. Um, and I painted it myself, and it looks so cute. But it was so cool because everyone in the campaign was already at level 9, so I got to join as level 9, which was also dope. Uh, Oh, we ended on quite the cliffhanger. My soul is literally hidden in a place that no one knows where it is yet. So my body is like lifeless, just laying there. So it ended on quite the cliffhanger.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
yeah, it
I
was cool though.
I played D&D with a group, like, one time for, like, a year or so, and I, didn't like anybody in the group except for one person, so it was rough, and I basically just
Oh,
tried
I
to be
liked
as
everybody in
disruptive
the
as
group.
possible. That's nice. Yeah, I just tried to be as annoying and disruptive as possible to make it, not fun. So,
Um,
that's what I spend my time doing with that,
yeah,
so
I had a really, really good time. I hope I'm invited back at some point and that they go find my soul.
I think I'd like it
Like,
if I, like, had a good group of people to do it with.
oh no, the
So,
group was great.
yeah,
I knew everyone but 2 people in the group already, and like a couple of them I knew sort of well. And I had met the DM before, as well, and he's really, really cool, really nice, and really invested in what he does, which makes it so much better.
sure.
Um, and let's see. I also am really good. I have like if I speak to the dice, they are generous. I'm really good at nat 20s, which is nice.
I
Uh,
feel like I could go to Vegas and win a lot of things. I think that I'm quite lucky when it comes to things like that. Like, I'm good at Yahtzee, which you can only be good at Yahtzee if you're lucky, right? Like, you can't just, like, strategically be good at Yahtzee. So
so I wasn't familiar with Yahtzee until like a couple months ago, and then I had it explained to me, and I was
whoa,
like, "Oh,
whoa.
Yahtzee, I get it."
Oh, how did that just, like, miss you?
We didn't play Yahtzee. It's funny though because we played a different dice game. Have you heard of Kismet?
No. Well,
Okay,
I've
hold
heard of
on.
it. I've heard the name Kismet before.
We're gonna do a little share screen moment here because I feel like
Okay.
Kismet is just a different version of Yahtzee. It's just the version that we had. Hold on here. We're going to eBay, folks.
Reminds me of a Bo Burnham line. I mentioned him, right? You know, gotta get it. My obligatory Bo Burnham reference here.
Oh my god, it
Oh,
literally calls itself now granted I'm on Australian eBay, um, but it literally advertises the vintage version, the great new game of Yacht. So, hold on.
interesting,
Uh,
interesting. I'll hold the Bo Burnham line. I'll
how
hold
am
it.
I how am I able to share my screen? How do I do that? Oh, present. There we go.
Present. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Hold on. Here we go.
Okay, wait.
Look,
Let me add it.
the great new game of Yacht.
Oh yeah, that's just Yahtzee.
Yeah. So I guess I do know Yahtzee. I just didn't know I knew it. But yeah, I played Kismet as a kid, which is
Yeah.
funny. It is
Okay.
fate.
But also, strategy of poker, like, not. You're just getting lucky with the dice. There's no strategy to this game. You just put the
Well,
things where they come up.
I guess because you have to bet on what you're like, you have to be able to say, like, that you're
I guess,
going,
like, you
because at
wanna
least in
go
this
for
one
the
that you're
specific
going to
thing.
roll, yeah, like that you're betting on like what you
I
can
don't know. I just
roll.
I feel like strategy is a stretch, but maybe that's just me. Like, it's bold to say the strategy of poker. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's
Well,
just
I guess
fully Yahtzee,
because you
though.
have to like say kind of what you're gonna roll or like bet that you can roll it or like that you don't roll. I forget. Like I think you can basically like
But you don't have to
skip or
call it
something.
out.
Well,
Like,
I
I don't
think
think that
you
you have to call
I
it
for
out.
I forget. I
Maybe
thought in
maybe
Kismet
this
you
is a
kind of
maybe this is a
do.
difference if you have to call it out before you go for it. Because like, how I've done Yahtzee is just you roll, and then you get to, like, keep certain amount of dice out, and then other ones go back in, then you roll those ones as well, and then you can
Oh,
hold different
maybe
ones, though, at different points. But if
I
you
mean
have to
maybe some of
call
this
it,
was
then
house
maybe.
rules also.
Possibly. Because if you have to call it, then I can see, like, potentially more strategy in there.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, so I guess I did know Yahtzee, I just didn't know
Different name.
Yahtzee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Interesting. I'm gonna drop this Bo Burnham line now because we gotta get the obligatory reference. It's,
Yeah, we do.
it goes, "Women are like Yahtzees because I rarely get them, and men are like Nazis because they both caused the Holocaust."
Oh, that's okay. Do you wanna hear something really messed up? So I did steal
Sure.
this line from Archer. It's not, it's not unique to me. So, I had made something that had, several gas, inducing vegetables in it the other day,
Mhm.
and, I was explaining that I had been having
Conceded.
gas, which is a natural body function. The body is a machine, everyone. We should normalize talking about the body like it's a machine. And
Mhm.
there is a cat in this house, so I'm really lucky that I get a rental cat, which is nice. I was hoping that the cat might actually come in here at some point because he's a floofy boy. He a very
Mm.
floofy boy. He pretty. Um, but when being asked to describe the level of gas that I was having by a friend, I I said that because the cat was hanging out with me in the kitchen, I described it as Meowschwitz.
That's, I not something that I could say.
Well, again, technically it's a joke from Archer. That line specifically, I did not invent that. The show that is much funnier than I am did, but I used it in a way that was very funny. I thought. Um,
Mhm. That's,
I
yeah.
don't think my friend knew if they were allowed to laugh or not, so they did not.
I don't I never ask for permission to laugh. This is what separates me from the rest of the common folk, okay? I
The
this is
commoners.
the alpha male grind set. Never ask permission to laugh.
I mean, at least when I was growing up, it was um ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah, no. That's how I do, like, whenever I shoot for films. Like, I'll just go and, like, shoot places until they tell me that I can't.
There you go.
Like, why not? Speaking of alpha males in Australia, there's this guy, I think it's like Eric Adams or something like that, just the generic, like, most generic white dude name ever. Like,
White
but
people.
it's no, Eric Adams is the mayor of New York City. Never mind. Basically, it's this guy and he's black. So that was rough. But it's
Oh my god, Trevor, why? Why? Oh, you sweet summer child.
anyways, it's this guy, his name is something. Um, and
His name is something.
but he's like a very big, like, it's gonna be bothering me that I can't remember his name now. Is it Nick something? This is
I
annoying.
don't know, is it?
Uh, alpha male Twitter. Nick Adams. Is it Nick Adams?
That
Wait.
sounds really close to
Yes.
what you said before.
Nick Adams. It was Nick, not Eric. And this guy
My
is
bad.
white. Human body is a machine.
It is. I made amazing, by the way. Hold on. I have to sidetrack for just one moment. I made
Yes,
the
go ahead.
most amazing breakfast ever. So I made these pancakes, and they're made with a banana, oats, an egg, oat milk, baking powder, a splash of vanilla if you want to, but since I was using chocolate protein powder, I didn't use any vanilla because vanilla does enhance the flavor of chocolate, but I was just like, what's the point? Um, and they were so freaking good. And I put just a little tiny bit of like uh not margarine, but like the healthiest form of butter that exists that
Sure.
is still butter. And then Nutella on them when they came out, just a little smear of Nutella. But oh my God, were they so good. I just had two itty bitty baby ones, but oh my God, like healthy protein pancakes, like, oh, so good. Anyways, please continue with your
Nice.
story about Nick Adams, not
Nick
mayor
Adams,
of New
yes.
York, Eric Adams.
Let's talk about Nick Adams, annoying white guy on Twitter, not Eric Adams, the probably annoying not white guy who is the mayor of New York City. I'm just gonna assume he's a mayor.
I mean,
Um,
he's not de Blasio, so I mean, he's probably less annoying than that.
Probably, but you really want to be by comparison, not annoying.
I don't know.
Anyways, Nick Adams. This is Nick Adams. We don't like Nick Adams.
Ew,
Um,
he does look annoying.
So I'm just gonna read out to you his Twitter. So it's Nick Adams, then in parentheses alpha male. His at is Nick Adams in USA. Okay, ready? His
Right?
bio:
Love it.
best-selling author endorsed by President Trump, founder Flag USA 1776, presidential appointee, American by choice. And are you ready for this? Australian by birth. He isn't even American. Stolen valor. Okay, but what's really funny about this? So this man, he's very alpha male, all right?
Yeah.
He's tweeted out things men, if you love your women so much it's gay, right? And it's just like basically loving women is gay, which is really funny. Because like what am I? But so the funniest thing about this man is that he's in the US now, but he was initially Australian. And
Mhm.
his accent is so funny because he sounds like Korg from Thor Ragnarok. It's just the fun like, "Hello, Mike. Are you there?" Like, it's just the funniest, like, highest squeaky thing, which is like, I'm not gonna make fun of a voice, but if you're like that, like, alpha male, like, it's the
Interesting.
funniest possible voice for that
Hmm.
person to have. And Mara, this is my argument. Maybe God is real. Because how
Really?
else could we have something this funny?
All right. All right. I'm here for it.
Jerry? Jerry, your decision.
So I feel like I need to experience this person and their voice now. I feel like I gotta know.
Let me pull it up. I also feel like I have to read out some of his best tweets as well.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's like celebrities reading mean tweets, except it's you reading just shit tweets from some
Yeah.
douche.
Like, look at this man. He is supposed to be American. With that, like, come on.
I mean, I feel bad, but like, no offense, people from Jersey. I know you are not all one and the same whatsoever. But like, admit it though, he looks like he is from Jersey, though. Like, he
Yeah.
does look like
Born in
he's from
born
Jersey.
in Sydney. Sorry. His actual name is Nicholas Adamopoulos.
Oh God, he's Greek then.
He's Greek Australian,
No,
and
that's
like
not
Ange
fair.
Postecoglou.
Yeah.
Which by the way, Tottenham
Oh, that's sad
horrible right
though.
now.
Now I'm sad.
Horrible, horrible, horrible. 3 games in a row that we've lost. Um,
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
it's rough. It's rough. Okay, here's some bangers. Donald Trump has a better backhand than Roger Federer.
What? What?
This one.
I
Raise
mean,
your
I'm not going to say Donald Trump has ever struck a woman because I do not know that as any point of fact, but that would be the only backhand I could surmise that an alpha male would actually compliment of Donald Trump's. Just saying.
Can I show you one of my favorite pictures?
That was a
on
really
the
dark
internet?
thing to say. I'm sorry. I'm sassy today.
That was rough. Okay, can I show you one of my favorite pictures ever on the internet?
That was rough, he says. Yes, you may.
Children, avert your eyes. This is Donald Trump playing tennis.
Oh God, is it him in the short? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite pictures ever.
It's weird because it's like a rear camel toe.
Look at this tweet. Wait, is that actually? No way, that's actually Cher. Hold on.
Oh God. I mean, here's the thing also. Again, I don't want to say like, oh, it's okay to body shame people we don't like, but I'm just going to say
no
that
shot. This is actually no.
Cher
This is not
made a very
actually
funny
Cher.
tweet.
This is not
Oh,
actually Cher. Wait, no, I think it
That's
is.
unfortunate.
I think it is actually Cher. I was saying not because I didn't think it was. I think this is actually Cher.
I mean, it's well. Oh, here's the thing, though.
But
You can buy check marks now.
But it's 3.8 million followers. No, this is just fully Cher. This is fully Cher tweeting, Trump has a mammoth ass and a visible panty leg. What? Cher.
I mean, again, I don't want to say like we should be able to body shame people we don't like because that's not an okay stance to take. But I will say that I laughed at Cher's tweet. That is all I'm going to say about it. Doesn't mean it's okay. I'm just gonna say it did make me laugh.
Was Cher high? Was Cher high?
Maybe.
What's she doing?
I don't know what she doing.
11:28 p.m. in the middle of June.
I mean, hey, maybe she was in Italy or something. We don't know what she was up to.
That's amazing.
Is there a geotag for where she tweeted that?
No, there's no assassination coordinates. Yeah.
Gosh, I'm sorry, by the way. I have a really sore throat. Oh God.
Dude, I was just sick over the last couple days.
Coronavirus round 3 because I will die this time. Should I do a rapid test on camera?
That would be. I mean, if you want.
Oh God. If it comes up positive, I will cry.
This is actually insane that we're doing this. I'm finding more Nick Adams tweets.
By the way, this is how coronavirus fearful I am that they are that close. How long was I gone? 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It could just be that I'm dehydrated because I very likely am because I've been doing a lot of movement.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I continue with Nick Adams tweets because I just found 14 of them on Know Your Meme? Okay.
Yep.
If more of Gen Z had been brought to Hooters as children, I guarantee we would have had a red wave last night.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, there's so many. Sorry. Dining at Hooters is a cornerstone of the American male experience. When the woke feminists and beta males attack Hooters, they aren't just attacking a restaurant that employs beautiful women to serve cold beer and hot wings. They're attacking the essence of American manhood. Turn off Fortnite and open the Bible. 100,000 likes on that one, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
This man is incredible. It starts with Fortnite and boneless wings. It ends with gender pronouns and communism.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes.
I'm going to keep on going with these.
Starting now.
Please do.
Don't forget to set your clocks back. I am setting mine back to 1775 when this country had balls and the chicks didn't. Death penalty, first of all.
Does he realize that this country didn't exist in 1775? I'm just saying.
in
Like,
Australia,
I'm
it was
just
just
saying, even if you agree with him, does he realize that he's factually
yeah.
wrong? That this
Does he also
country
realize
did
that
not
he's descended from a bunch of criminals? Like, I don't know. Like, alpha
I
males
mean,
eat
maybe
wings
on the
and
side of the
what is his
enforcers,
obsession?
the
Sorry,
British people that were there, like
what is his obsession with wings? He's obsessed with wings, and they have to have bones in them. If they're boneless wings, then they're gay. It's crazy. Alpha males eat wings and drink beer at Hooters with the boys. Beta males nibble on tapas at Spanish vegan cafes with their wives.
okay, wait. With their wives. With their
With their
wives?
wives! Like, I don't think homie's married.
They're what I mean, there's nothing
Because
wrong with being unmarried if you choose to be, but, like, I don't understand the rationale of you're gay because you're married.
yeah, it's crazy. Sorry, these 2 are back to
We are
back.
not even talking about a single movie right now, and I do not care. We're 35 minutes in, we haven't even
Okay,
tried, and I don't care.
okay,
I straight
sorry,
up do not care. This is too good.
the
We're never
this
gonna
one.
we're not even
We're
this
never
whole
gonna talk
episode is
about the
just
movie.
gonna be this.
Nick
Yeah.
Adams tweet. I still haven't talked about the ballet I was in. Like, we still gotta get to that.
Oh my
Like,
god, dude, I'm telling you, I showed that video to my friend, and he was just like, "What is happening?" And I was like,
I
"I'll
do have
explain
I
it.
do
It's
have more, I think I'll get, like, more video of, like, fully in costume and everything between it. Like, we can show you.
Yes!"
Okay, these were back to back. I am the least sexist and misogynistic person you will ever meet. No one stands up for women more than me. I was
Nope,
raised to respect women, not lie to them. 10 minutes
nope.
later, you couldn't pay me to watch women's basketball. Back to back.
No, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna be on his side with this one right now. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You know why
Mars
you couldn't pay
misogynist
him?
arc.
Because he watches it for the
'Cause he
love of the
do it for
game, Trevor.
free. He does it for
He
free.
does it for the love of the game. See? He does support women. He supports women because he loves it, not because he has to be paid to love it.
Honestly, based. We got there. We got there.
This is so fun.
Dude, this one's so funny. Alphas don't need to announce that they're alphas. Everyone just knows. And someone respond, so why is it on your profile? It was Nick Adams
Ah!
alpha male.
Oh, I love it. God, see, that's the one thing, I gotta be honest, like, it doesn't matter what you are, what you identify as, it does not matter at all. When someone's level of insecurity is that high, about anything, it could be about your your height, it could be about your hairline, it could be about the size of your butt, it could be about something about your identity, it could be about your personality, it could be about like your intellect, it could be anything about you that you are insecure about, that you posture about constantly, that you will inevitably contradict yourself about because the only thing you can do is
Mara,
talk about that thing and usually about other people because you criticize other people about the thing you are then about yourself insecure about. When people challenge you about it because you are so obviously criticizing yourself in the same way you're criticizing other people because you are so insecure, when people call you out on it so obviously like that, it just gives me joy. It gives me
you ready for
joy
what he
because you're trying
tweeted?
to shame people for the thing you're ashamed of.
You ready for what he tweeted a couple days later?
Oh,
I
please
am
tell me.
bold, confident, demanding, highly productive, extremely intelligent, and wildly successful. I am an alpha male. And a couple
If you
days
tell me
earlier
you're
saying,
wildly successful, you're not. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and then literally a couple days after, alphas don't need to announce they're alphas, everyone just knows. Then why you just, oh my god. Okay. 2 more on this list. You can live without Fortnite. You cannot live without God. Also just Fortnite randomly attacking.
Um, how am I
Pretty funny.
alive right now?
Crazy. Uh, okay,
Again, no
last one.
judgment on those who very devoutly believe in God. I support that you do that. I do not do that, yet I am still alive.
Real. Last one here. This morning I was asked if I wanted, in quotes, oat milk in my coffee. I informed the girl behind the counter that it's not physically possible to milk an oat and immediately left the coffee shop. I will never return.
Well, I guess he'll never go to Starbucks again.
The phrase milk an oat is like I just have images in my head now that I
Can you milk me, Greg? Please tell me you get that reference.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, so I was very depressed because they do not have Oatly's oat milk creamer, which hold on, we're gonna have to do another share screen moment here.
Okay.
Oatly.
Oh wait, I found more Nick Adams tweets. We'll get to it.
Okay.
This is my new favorite person on the internet. President Trump's home is sacred, hallowed ground. The FBI should not be allowed to conduct illicit raids on any Trump properties. Nice one. Mara,
Yes, Trevor.
I don't think you're ready for this one.
Oh, I'm not.
Ready? I'm just going to start with 4 words. I don't think Hitler. Do you want me to continue?
Bad?
Do you want me to
Can
continue?
give me 3 guesses? Give me 3 guesses.
Oh, she's frozen. We're frozen again. We're holding. We're holding. Nick Adams doesn't think Hitler is. It's gonna pause this. We'll be back. Okay, we're back after our trailing Wi-Fi. Okay, would you like to guess what Nick Adams said following I don't think Hitler?
Okay, but were the words, is that bad, anywhere in this tweet?
No.
Okay. I don't think Hitler was wrong. Are the words was wrong anywhere in this tweet?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't think Hitler was wrong. Is that bad? I don't think Hitler. Okay, I'm just gonna go off the rails on this for funds.
I mean,
no,
that's what
I don't want to
did,
go that
so.
far. Oh, okay.
Okay, well.
I don't think Hitler is dead. Is that it?
No, he didn't get it.
Okay. All right, hold on. I retract that. I don't think Hitler. I don't think Hitler was an alpha male.
No.
Because he didn't eradicate the Jews?
He does mention the
male
Jews.
He
does.
Of course he does, because it's Hitler. Okay, tell me. It's way better if you tell me.
Okay. Wait, it went away. I'm getting it pulled back up. Wait, pause.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know why this went. There we go. Okay. I don't think Hitler ever said anything about the Jews that was straightforwardly as evil as what Biden said about me as a Trump supporter last night. Lie after lie after lie. Encouragement to make other people, in all caps, fear me. And we know what fear does to groups. Disgusting.
Oh my
God. That's crazy.
Okay. I need to show you this oat milk creamer stuff real quick because this is dope. Yeah. Okay, so this I fell in love with in America. Oatly, which is an oat milk. This is not oat milk itself though. This is oat milk creamer. So this is coffee creamer made from oat milk. It is rich, it is thick, it is delicious. I personally like the vanilla. I haven't tried the other two. I'm sure that just the regular sweet and creamy, because it's probably like a sweet cream version, is good. They make Oatly stuff and import it here. They just don't sell the creamer that I've been able to find online anywhere, like at any of the major markets. But I did find just the Oatly vanilla milk, oat milk, still pretty good. But if anybody anywhere knows where I can find Oatly oat milk creamer, because here's the thing, oat milk itself is shelf stable, pretty much almost all oat milk is until you open it. So it's just sold on the shelf here, which freaked me out the first time I saw it. I was like, why isn't it cold? Because it's basically all sold in the cold section in the United States.
Sure.
This stuff, I believe, must be cold because it's creamer. So I do think it has like some sort of different formulation because I've never seen it outside the cold section, like even in the US, like ever. And I have seen some oat milk on the shelves in the US, very little, but some. So
Sure.
I don't
We
know
have
if
too
this
many
is
alpha
even like
males.
shippable. What?
They don't let it get on because we have too many alpha males. They don't let it get on the shelf.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So, but
Nice.
I did find just the regular vanilla oat milk, and it's quite good. It's quite good.
Nice. How the COVID or do you know the results yet?
I still have
Or when
some
will you know?
minutes left.
Okay, cool. We'll build up to the this is good. This is good for attention. Does Mara have COVID? Wait till the end to know.
Okay. We have 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining.
All right, so not till
This
the
is
end.
a little
Wait another 3 minutes to know. Yeah. What else happened? I was in a ballet, Mary Poppins. I was in a chair that swung around like 10, 15 feet in the air, and then I did flips on it. Like the chair is
It was so
attached
cool.
with only 2 wires, and I spin around with did flips. It was Uncle Albert from Mary Poppins up on the ceiling. It was very fun. I was also the old banker who dies. Spoilers for Mary Poppins from 60 years ago. Just a random side character,
OMG.
but he's fun. Got to do Dick Van Dyke, like fun, big physical. I know I like physical comedy. But yeah, just flipping the chair was fun.
You're a
I like
regular
doing
Buster
aerial
Keaton.
work. Yeah. But Buster Keaton, if he was blonde,
Yes. And
this is me.
queer, because I don't think
And
he
yeah,
was, right?
no, well, everybody was back then.
That's true. Just ask Cary Grant.
It was the 1920s in Hollywood. Who wasn't really? Come on, the queer ones were the heterosexuals. If we're being honest, like,
That's true.
did we watch Babylon? So yeah, but no, that was fun. Definitely want to do improv and stand up when I am at college because I think I can do that well.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, a friend of mine made the funniest joke. Now, this joke may have been made like in pop culture or something, and I just have not heard it. Like, you know how sometimes there's something that's like just been
Hmm.
out there, and you might have even like heard it, but you didn't like digest it. So in your brain, you're like, I've never heard this before, even if maybe like you have, but it's you're not necessarily saying like, oh, this was an original idea, but you're like, oh, I've never heard this before.
Sure.
Um, I was explaining to them, we were discussing the difference between like what clinically is a fruit and a vegetable. So I asked my Siri,
Classic.
oh,
Classic. Classic.
I was like, please don't do anything because I said her name. Um, I was like, what constitutes a vegetable? And it's like, oh, something, this, that, whatever it grows, things, whatever's. Because I was also asking if garlic constituted a root vegetable, which technically sort of it does, which I was like, yeah, I thought so. And then
Right.
it's like, what is a fruit? And it's like, here are these different dictionary definitions. And it's like, do you want to know the next one? And I was like, sure, because I'm just eating. And then it was like, a derogatory term for someone that might be homosexual, blah, 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 blah. And my friend was like, what?
My favorite.
And I was like, are you not aware of this? And it's like, it's kind of, antiquated. Oop.
Oh,
We have COVID.
COVID reveal.
Whoa, COVID reveal.
New gender reveal. Just don't light a forest on fire or something.
Although technically, I really do feel like we should start calling them sex reveals because that little itty bitty tiny embryo sure don't know its gender yet.
Yeah.
We do not have COVID.
Let's go. No COVID.
Yeah, at least not yet. Maybe we're too early to be displaying on a rapid test, but we don't have COVID
Well,
right
it's
now.
fine. It's
We're probably
good for
just
the
dehydrated. We'll have a cup of
probably.
tea and then we'll drink a bunch of water and we'll be fine. Anyways,
I will say though, a sex reveal party does sound a bit off.
That's true.
So I can see from to quote Kendall Roy in my shirt, from an optic standpoint, I can understand. But from a what it actually is.
Just say like, what baby am I having party?
What baby out of all the ones up in the clouds are we plucking down? Which
What
boss baby are we
genitals are
getting?
likely to be attached to my child?
Party.
Because also, guess what? Buy my kid any color clothing you want because it doesn't matter. We don't need to
Yeah.
ascribe a color to a genital.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If my tiny infant child that has a female genital wants to be dressed in powder blue clothing, powder blue is adorable. If my tiny little child that has male genitals wants to wear a little pink jumper, who cares? Anyways, sorry. I'll move on.
Real. I mean,
Anyways,
I'm fully with you right there.
but I was like, oh yeah, like fruit. A long time ago, like more so in like the 80s, 90s, and even into the early 2000s. Like it was kind of like a derogatory term, especially in like TV and movies. Like for someone who is gay, it's like, oh, the
Bring it
person's a
back.
fruit.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
and they were like, oh, I think I kind of knew that, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, well, what do you guys like? What about fruit cake? And it's like, well, that's actually kind of sometimes used as like a derogatory term for someone who's mentally ill, like, oh, they're a fruit cake. And he's like, so the thing that separates the gays from the crazies is just cake. And I was like, that is the funniest stand-up comedy line I've ever heard. Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's been out there. I'm sure someone has said it, but I was like, that is so fucking funny.
Because I'm both. So
Exactly. So
I
the only
fall
thing
under
that
both
separates
categories.
you from yourself on some of your best or worst days is cake.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But I was just like, that is so funny. Like you're explaining to someone these different derogatory terms that people in society have used for other people, and they're just like, and it happened so fast too. It was not like this took like
yeah.
a minute for this person to think of it. They instantaneously were like, oh, so the thing that separates the gays from the crazies is cake.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm glad
according
that
to like
we
shit people.
right. I mean, but aren't we all?
Yeah.
I it's funny. Fruity has now been replaced with zesty, which I think is fun because it reminds me of soap.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Also, I use this really great sanitizing cleaner. Like it's like a sterilizing spray, and its flavor is zesty lime. So now I'm just gonna think that my cleaner is queer.
Gay limes, yeah. I speaking of funny things, I had a tweet the other day that I think went very underappreciated.
Ooh, which one? I look at all your tweets. I have alerts turned on for you, so every time you tweet, I see it.
Okay. It was Hershey's. They put pronouns in chocolate now.
Yep.
Came to me in the shower. Felt the world needed that one. Thought it went underappreciated.
They say
Uh,
that a lot of the times we get some of our best ideas in the shower because we're doing something that is so routine and so procedural that we get the point of inspiration because we're actually able to disengage from what we're physically doing more
I
so than any
disagree
other
with
time of
that.
day.
I disagree with that because I do not do a routine in the shower. I
Really? Okay,
I
no, that's fascinating.
I cleanse myself, but it is not usually in this. It's just kind of like when I'm just like in there and thinking, and then it's just like, oh, I remember I gotta like wash my hair now, but it's just like I'm just remembering it kind of as I'm going, but I'm mainly just in there for thinking time. So
That's fair.
I think it's the sound of water falling. I think I get the same experience at a waterfall. Hook me up to Niagara. I'm winning a Pulitzer in 3 years. Just like that. I also had one. So I saw the TV Glow is coming out soon, and I think it's gonna be my favorite thing ever.
Oh
Um,
yeah?
the Jane Stone film. I think it's gonna be amazing. Or have you seen the trailer for this at all?
No, I have not.
Okay, pause because you need to watch the trailer for this. Mara, it's gonna be amazing. It's been described as basically capturing the feeling of disassociation and dysphoria through the cinematic language.
Ooh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, 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 okay,
So
okay.
So basically, I took a screenshot of it. I was texting a friend. I was like, "What if I tweet at A24? I need to watch I See the TV Glow in the next 48 hours, or I will commit suicide in front of your offices. Only you can prevent this. Do you think
Oh
they'll
my
send me a
god.
screener?" And then I tweeted, "Hey at A24," and they haven't responded yet. So we'll see. But
We'll see.
I've put the ball in their court. Only they can stop me from flying
Sure
to New
did.
York and doing this. I'm gonna share my screen and have you watch the I Saw the TV Glow trailer.
Okay.
Like, this is gonna change my life. I think this is gonna be my first 10 out of 10 movie of the year. So far, my number one of the year is The People's Joker, closely followed by Love Lies Bleeding. But I think this one's gonna top it. All of them just with lesbians or trans women. So, you know. Also the director of this changed some brand. They're trans femme non-binary, which is sick. That they're also getting money from A24.
Nice.
Okay, here this is. I Saw the TV Glow.
I know this might sound crazy. I don't want to alarm you. Do you remember a TV show we used to watch together? It was called
The Pink Opaque?
Yeah. Do you watch? Each episode, they help each other fight a new monster from across the county. But it's way too scary for most kids.
If we're gonna defeat him this time, we're gonna need to harness the full potential of our shared powers.
Sometimes the pink opaque feels more real than real life.
Maddie, it was a TV show.
Are you sure that's all it was? I like girls, you know that, right?
Totally, that's fine.
What about you? Do you like girls?
I think that I like TV shows.
Real.
It's our destiny.
How can I have a destiny?
Something's wrong. This isn't how life is supposed to feel. Tell me you know it's true.
Maddie, it's just the suburbs.
Seems like you're always somewhere else lately.
Maddie disappeared without a trace. All they found was her TV set burning in the backyard. I told myself I made the right choice. What if I really was someone else? Very far away on the other side of a television screen.
Oh my god.
Mara. Like, it's yeah, I mean some of those lines, like what if I was somebody else on the other side of the TV screen? This isn't how life is supposed to feel. Like, this is like, I don't know. Like, it's like kind of based on their own experiences, like with like dysphoria and growing up in the American suburbs, and then like using like nostalgia and media to like feel like they aren't themselves, to like get out of this dysphoria with gender and sexuality and feeling all the like. And then it's like this like meta reflection on like how we use media to like escape within our day-to-day lives and develop that within our personality. Like, it came out at Sundance, got reviews in 87 on Metacritic, which, you know how Metacritic works, is ridiculous to get a score that high on Metacritic. I'm very, very excited. It's come out in New York and LA this weekend, but I'll probably have to wait like a month to see it, because that's how these limited releases work. But like, it's going to, I don't know. You just saw the trailer, any thought? Like,
I'm super excited. Like, that's the kind of weird that I really click with.
Yeah. Also, it's produced by Emma Stone, which is cool.
Ooh, I like that.
So, yeah, no. Like, yeah, just so hyped about that as a whole. Like, genuinely like think it'll be like life-changing type movie. Like, yeah.
That's so exciting.
Also, we need to watch The People's Joker. Like, as soon as you can see The People's Joker, watch The People's Joker. It's brilliant. Like, that will just be the movie for because that is my current number one. And then we'll see if we
really.
Yeah, we'll see if TV Glow gets there.
Wonder when I can.
It's been having a pretty limited rollout for People's Joker, but yeah.
Let me see really quick. Hold on.
It's so good.
I wonder if I might be able to request. I will see what I could do.
Okay. But yeah, no. Very excited about TV Glow. Very, very excited.
Oh my god, yes. By the way, have you seen Fall Guy yet?
I haven't, no. I'm not.
I'm very curious. I
the most excited.
You're gonna love it.
I don't think. I mean, I am notoriously a David Leitch hater. I don't think I've liked a single thing this man has done. Like, he made in my probably my least favorite Fast and Furious movie with Hobbs and Shaw. I really dislike Deadpool 2. I despise Bullet Train. Atomic Blonde is like meh at best. Like, I really just do not vibe with David Leitch whatsoever. Like, I don't know. Apparently people are liking this, but
well, here's the thing. Like, the physical stunts in it are really, really good. And I honestly think that, like, it's like if Atomic Blonde in terms of like the scale and Bullet Train in terms of the more close in and like the kind of quippy comedy stuff. It's like if those two movies had a baby, but then they added in a little bit too much romance. Like,
sure.
That's kind of the vibe that I got from it.
The Bullet Train comedy.
But Gosling is really good though.
I hate, like, I don't think we've ever talked about, I hate Bullet Train with a passion. Yuck. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
What
Gosling's
is it about Bullet Train?
It's just like everything that I think is wrong with movies. like a lot of like contemporary cinema where it's just like the hey, that just happened type of humor, and it's just like completely overly stylized fight sequences but with nothing underneath of them that actually earns them being over stylized. Like, I'm not a big fan of Tarantino really, but at least he earns those moments. Like, this is just it's doing it just because, and it wants you to, like, you know, think like, oh, we got these famous people in the movie and you should just be satisfied with that, and just be, they can't act, whatever. Like, it's just, it is all just aesthetic and wanting to get TikTok clips without it being like an actual real movie. And I think that's what, unfortunately, like, that is a type of film that just exists now, and I think it's like very exhausting. And like, I think people are often over exaggerating when they're like, oh, the death of cinema, but I think, like, if we're gonna say anything's the death of cinema, I think it's stuff like that. So that's my
that's fair.
There. I think it's like the worst type of movie. Like, I mean, like, even like, you know, I very famously did not really like Dune 2 all that much, but like, I'll take 100 Dune 2s over like a Bullet Train any day, because like at least Dune 2 is like trying to do something. Like, even if it wasn't really for me, like, I didn't personally care for it, but like, it is trying to be a real movie. Whereas Bullet Train, I don't think that there was ever an intent to be a real movie
in the filmmaking in it as well. Like,
it feels disingenuous.
That, like,
things like Bullet
Denis
Train
went in loving those movies or the book from when he was a child, and that was like a dream of his to make those movies.
Right. So again, it's like, even if I didn't personally care for it, like, that's the type of blockbuster we should be getting. Whether I, you know, like everyone or not, like, not just these like disingenuous, insincere, like, you know, point to thing after thing after thing with nothing underneath. Like, it feels like a 5-year-old playing with toys. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
in like all
I
of the
think
wrong
that's
ways.
I think that's the feeling you're going to get in a lot of this, especially because so there are a lot of filmmaking techniques that are showcased in this. There's one specifically where there's okay, so right now we're in side by side, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's a conversation about that filmmaking technique, and so Emily Blunt's a filmmaker, right? Like we get that from the trailer, and she's talking to Ryan Gosling on the phone, and she's like, I have this idea for the movie where I want to do this thing. And so she's talking about the thing while the thing is happening, and then stuff happens. And it's meta and stuff. And it kind of works for just a little bit, but not for as long as it goes on. And
I feel like I would get so annoyed, but I don't know. That's making me cringe. I saw this funny tweet. So I mentioned the Kendrick and Drake beef that's been going on because Kendrick just dropped
Can
a
you
diss track.
explain this to me a little more though? Because I don't entirely understand it.
I'll explain it in a second. But there was a tweet that was like, Kendrick just has pure hater energy. Like, imagine if we got filmmakers to do this, where they just be in interviews and just shit on other people's movies. And it was like, that's what I would do. Like, I don't get I'm keeping if I become even a moderately successful filmmaker or whatever, I'm keeping my letterboxd up. Like, I will fully make fun of it. Like, if I don't like something, I don't like something. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna pretend to not like. Because if we're all being completely honest with the type of films I'm gonna make, it's not like I'm gonna get that famous anyways. So
you don't know that.
You've seen the type of things I make. I'm not gonna be Christopher Nolan. Okay, it's famous. We do. I also just don't have a desire to be that famous. I don't think that I would like to be that famous. I'd be perfectly comfortable being Kelly Reichardt level famous and no more.
Okay.
So, but I'd also be I would also just love to if somebody if David Leitch comes out with Bullet Train 3 or something like that, I'll one of my favorite things ever is Andrei Tarkovsky watched 2001: A Space Odyssey and called it one of the most vapid, soulless films he's ever seen, and then decided to make Solaris purely out of spite, just to basically try to one up Kubrick, and I think he did, to be honest. But I don't think that 2001 is a bad movie.
I didn't know that it was
it was purely just hater energy. He just made Solaris. Which I think is so funny, and we need more of. I think films should take so much from music. I think you should sample other movies, just take a little bit. I think that's fun. If it's an older random movie, just they sample music. Why not? Why can't you just sample bits of a film? If it's done in a tasteful and creative way, why not? I don't know. So
I mean, that's literally what the homage is.
Exactly. I think that Wes Anderson is actually a genius of homage. There's a really cool video that
honestly,
breaks
so
down
Quentin Tarantino. He
Yeah,
literally homages every major genre or stylized type of filmmaking.
And this thing, I appreciate Tarantino. I just don't entirely vibe with his style of filmmaking as a whole. But I appreciate a lot of
entirely vibe with his egregious use of racial slurs by white actors.
And feet. The feet's also rough. At points. Get a bit much.
These feet.
Oh, you're gonna get a wiki feet.
No, because it's not skin. It's not skin. I believe you have to have skin to be on wiki feet.
Got it. All right. Well, that will be the new donation. We're not getting donations. But could be mine. I don't know.
Oh God, live show goal is wiki feet.
Show feet.
Oh my God. I love that we are an hour and 10 minutes in. We have not even attempted.
Not touched the moon. We haven't even tried.
Although I gotta be honest though, I had so much fun with The Fifth Wave. I just gotta be honest. I had so much fun.
We'll get into it. We will absolutely get into it. I also had a lot of fun with that movie. Okay, so Kendrick and I actually have two beefs to tell you about.
Okay, here, hold on. I'm gonna switch really quick my audio to these headphones really quick because I need to make a snacky snack, and you're gonna come with me because we're not ending anytime soon. So my audio is gonna change to get a lot not so good for a moment.
Okay. So, Kendrick, Drake, right? We know who they are. Drake, Canadian guy, right? Kendrick from Compton, okay? So, this Kendrick and Drake have had issues before. We didn't entirely know what they were, but you know, Drake, like, you know, maybe said some things. There's maybe some things that happen behind closed doors, whatever, right? So Drake does a song with J. Cole. Do you know who J. Cole is?
No.
Okay, J. Cole, another rapper. So that's actually funny that you don't know who J. Cole is, because he did a verse on one of Drake's songs that was like, I don't remember the exact line, but he basically called himself, Drake, and Kendrick the big three of rap. Right?
Okay.
Which is funny because J. Cole, like, he's fine. He isn't close to the big three, as evident by you had no clue who he even was.
Clearly.
And Drake, would you even call Drake a rapper? I don't know. Like,
I don't
I
know.
mean, he does stuff with
He's
it.
a
Like,
musician.
he's just kind of Drake. Like, I don't know if you could call Drake part of the big three of like rap. Like, but whatever, semantics, right? So, anyways, Metro Boomin, who you do know who Metro Boomin are because they did the soundtrack for Across the Spider-Verse. So, Metro Boomin has a new collaboration album with Future, I believe. Future featured on Reputation from Taylor Swift. And basically, Kendrick, unannounced and kind of as a surprise, featured on one of the Metro Boomin songs. And basically, like, did a verse on it that was just like a clapback against Drake and J. Cole, and he basically said something along the lines of like, it's not the big three, it's just the big me. Which bars, but so I think earned. I mean, you know, Kendrick is considered like the best rapper of this generation. J. Cole, not probably in that conversation. Drake is even a rapper. Whatever. But there was also a lot of other stuff within that like, you know, it seemed like there was some other stuff that had gone down and been going down. So this happens. And he also was talking about like sneak dissing, which is something that Drake will do a lot, where he'll just like not explicitly diss someone, but then like kind of do it within his song, and it's just like weird and cheap. So then a couple weeks later, J. Cole dropped this track back at Kendrick Lamar, where he basically it's called 7 Minute Drill, and he basically just said that like Kendrick Lamar, like, all of his music was bad, which is just a take that nobody really agrees with, since he has like the most critically acclaimed album of all time in To Pimp a Butterfly.
Dang.
So it's kind of a claim that like it's weird to back up. And then literally 2 days after release of the song, J. Cole then deleted the song and apologized for it and was like, actually, no, I don't think this, like, you actually do have good, like, I was just saying it because I felt like I had to participate, and then you just kind of backed out of the beef, which is really funny. But I think that he was probably smart to do so, because we'll see what Kendrick did. So basically, a week later, Drake responded to Kendrick Lamar with the song "Push-Ups," where he basically made fun of Kendrick for being like 5'5", and called him small, and then also was making fun of his mainstream collaborations with people like Taylor Swift and Maroon 5. And you know, headline, you know, like, you don't like really commit to the art, like when Taylor Swift needed a verse, you went over her, whatever, like all these types of things, right? Then he also dissed Rick Ross, who's another person kind of in this that we don't need to pay attention to. Then Rick Ross did a diss track back, but whatever, that happened. And then Drake did something rough, where he made a diss track, Taylor Made Freestyle, which, so Kendrick Lamar's like it's very public knowledge that his like two heroes growing up with rap as a kid were Snoop Dogg and Tupac.
Okay.
So Drake made a diss track, Taylor Made Freestyle, where he used AI generated voices of Snoop Dogg and Tupac to diss Kendrick with
Okay.
AI, which has since gotten him sued by the estate of Tupac Shakur for
Dang.
using that, which is just, feels a bit low to use AI voices of someone's childhood heroes to then diss it. Like, AI and whatever. And then Kanye decided to insert himself by remixing Kendrick's diss track, and then nobody really paid attention to it.
Yeah. I feel
So
bad.
then
He needs help.
he needs help. So then Kendrick Lamar clapped back with Euphoria a couple of days ago and broke the internet. And I don't know if Drake can show his face for a while. So Drake is a producer on Euphoria, the show. And Drake also allegedly had sexual relations with a minor and then paid off hundreds of thousands of dollars to silence them. And then so he's playing off that because obviously Euphoria has a lot of okay, right, all these types of things. So I'm actually going to, if you don't mind, I will play you the Kendrick Lamar diss track that broke the internet, Euphoria. Because he goes in hard on him, and then Drake put up something on Instagram that he just put up a clip from 10 Things I Hate About You, which is sure. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know how Drake is supposed to respond to this. People are already saying that Kendrick has won the rap battle already. Before Drake has even responded. Because yeah, Kendrick went very, very hard at him. So, and obviously I might be coming at this with a little bit of bias since I am a very big Kendrick Lamar fan, but I think that there's a lot of things. He definitely has a
I used to
cleaner.
be really proud of Drake having been a really nice ambassador as a really nice, cool little Canadian Jewish person of color. And then I found out about that stuff, and I was like, I can't change your demographics and whatnot, but I can change that I like you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really have a dog in his part of this fight anymore. Also, I don't support dog fighting. So yeah, that analogy doesn't really work anymore. Also, I'm making rice cakes with Kalamata olive spread and chopped up vegetables. So yeah,
Nice.
this is
Baking
my
with
life.
Mara. Let's go. Also, Drake has an album called All the Dogs, coincidentally. Or For the Dogs, or something like that. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Drake that much, to be honest. But are you ready for it's a 6-minute long diss track that he just dropped on a random Tuesday morning after 2 weeks, which is crazy. I have the lyrics pulled up as well so you can read along. So, you ready for this?
Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. I calculate you, not as calculated. I can even predict your angles. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Hardline. Shooing him away. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, met his homeboys in them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever walked your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid $500 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody died, they turn into nuns, then I hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior. They must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park your son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the brakes? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love her to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on no selling. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're Cole and Ivory, know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell for him. I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just
again with the underage women thing.
How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crash something. You're my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that. Then tell them where you get your abs from. V12, it's a fast one. Bow, bow, bow. Last one. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember?
Crazy.
Hey,
the
top
helmets.
dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? Extortion my middle name as soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch. I'm allergic to the lame shit. Only you like being famous. Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hanging with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Surprised you wanted that feature request. You know that we got some shit to address. I even hate when you say the word nigga. But that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. Ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and it won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where's the man? Cause I ain't seen him yet. Matter of fact, I ain't even bleed him yet. Can I bleed him? When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see 2 bad bitches. I believe you don't like women. It's real competition. You might pop ass with them. Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits. I'll make sure I double back with you. You assigned to a nigga that signed to a nigga that said he was signed to that nigga. Try cease and desist on a like that record. Oh, what? You ain't like that record? Back to back. I like that record. I'ma get back to that for the record. Why would I call around trying to get dirt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Waking them up, know nothing about that. Then tell them to pray, know nothing about that. Then giving them tools to walk through life like day by day, know nothing about that. Teaching them morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and consider what God's considering, you don't know nothing about that. Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring them out too, I clean them out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Austin. Funny, he was in a film called AI. And my 6'6" telling me to off him. I'm a big niggas all in the
Haley Joel Osment virus.
Yeah, Obi-Ho niggas is dick riders. Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. What I learned is niggas don't like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it. Pick a nigga off one at a time with it. We can be on a 3-hour time difference. Don't speak on the family, Crody. It can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody. I be at Newhall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody. Tell me your cheesing farm. We could do this right now on the camera, Crody. Hey, fuck y'all niggas. I don't trust y'all niggas. I wave one finger and thump y'all niggas like, Phil go punt y'all niggas. They punk y'all niggas. Nobody never took my food. Whoever that's fucking with them, fuck you niggas and fuck the industry too. If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't want to do. Ooh. We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more.
Oh, wow.
We don't wanna hear you say nigga no more. Stop.
Dang.
So, yeah. He went very, very hard. I mean, I could spend like the rest of the show like breaking down all of the references, but I mean, like yeah.
I mean, I got at least 3 of them because of what you explained.
Called him basically
Like, as in, like, 3 of the topics, that is.
Yeah, like called him a pedophile, called him a bad father, called like called him out for legal stuff, called him out for, I mean, just a lot of things. And I mean, yeah, it's very, very dense, but like then like using like different like Toronto slang and incorporating that into it, and there's a lot. But basically, I have no clue how Drake is supposed to respond to that because, Kendrick just dropped. It was also just like a whole song, like it wasn't just like a normal diss track. It was like that was a fully produced, like, multiple beat switches, and yeah. So that's that beef. We'll see how it develops, but
I was just about to say, we're going to become the CNN news desk of this beef.
Like, I don't understand how Drake is supposed to respond. Like, because he kept on, like, going on social media for, like, because Kendrick didn't respond for, like, 2.5 weeks. And Drake kept on, like, going off on social media, all these types of, like, trying to, tease him and goad him into it and whatever, and all these types of things. And then now he got what he wanted, which was a Kendrick response. And I don't, like, what is he, like, how do you respond? Like,
Clearly Kendrick was playing the long game.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, there's no way to respond to that and not come off like just incredibly weak compared to that.
Yeah, Kendrick put on his big boy pants.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's that. Okay, are you ready for other beef?
Well, yeah, so as the resident person here with a legitimate beef allergy, I gotta say, I'm gonna keep my fingers on the pulse with this one, regardless of the danger it puts me in.
Nice. Okay. So
and I eat a tub of vegetables.
This one, news broke last night as of recording here that Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone are reteaming with A24 to make a movie. This will be Nathan Fielder's directorial film debut. A movie about the Magnus Carlsen Hans Niemann chess beef. So this is very important to me because I am a very big fan of professional competitive chess. Like, I follow all of the tournaments around the world.
Yes.
Gukesh Donnamaraju, 17-year-old from India, just became the youngest winner of the Candace ever, going to be challenging Ding Liren for the World Championship later this year. Crazy, 17 years old. And he's probably going to win because Ding Liren's been in some like rough form lately. So be wild. India's first world champion since Vishwanathan Anand in the early 2000s. Anyways, Magnus Carlsen, pretty well known as the greatest player of all time. Like, he's the GOAT, best player in the world right now by a considerable margin. Only reason he isn't the world champion is because he just said that, I'm kind of done with it and bored. So, one, very excited for Nathan Fielder, massive Nathan Fielder fan. You've seen Nathan Fielder stuff, right? Okay. So, very excited for him to direct. Basically, the beef here is, so they were at the Sinquefield Cup, okay? They get paired up. Hans Niemann, known as like the bad boy of chess, all right? Up and coming, young American player, right? You either love him or you hate him, okay? So, gets paired up against Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen, obviously expected to win. He's expected to win every single game that he plays because he's Magnus Carlsen. So, they play. Hans wins. All right. So this isn't like a full like knockout tournament or anything where it's just like, it's chess pairing, right? So it's a Swiss system where you play a bunch of matches and it's kind of like round robin. So Magnus Carlsen, though, I believe this is only in the third round. Magnus Carlsen immediately afterwards drops out of the tournament after losing the Huns, which is weird because obviously still would have a chance to, compete, win, whatever. Everybody's like, what's going on? And basically, after dropping out, Magnus Carlsen alleged that Hans Niemann cheated during their game. Now, Mara, I want you to try to think, how would you cheat in an over-the-board, in-person session? How do you think that would be done? If
I do not know.
So there was
I don't know how to seal this black rice cake, Trevor.
Well, this is not my fault. So there was Toilet Gate, which happened in the mid 2000s. I will briefly explain Toilet Gate, if you don't mind.
Oh, please do.
Is the Toilet Gate?
Oh my god, I ate way too many vegetables. I feel ill. But the vegetables are so good.
So basically, Toilet Gate happened in 2006, at the World Championship between Vladimir Kramnik and I'm going to butcher his name. It's Silvio. It's Danilov. I think that's how you say it. Basically, Danilov was complaining to match organizers because Kramnik visited the bathroom repeatedly during their game in round 4, and he was like, it's a bit suspicious because the bathroom is the only place where there isn't video or audio recording happening, so maybe he's like going in there and like getting signal, getting something from somebody about like moves about the position. And that was Toilet Gate, and there wasn't anything like meaningful found about it, but that was like the previous like big chess controversy. So basically, he does this. Carlsen withdraws. He tweeted that he was restoring from the tournament, and then tweeted the video of Jose. Do you know who Jose Mourinho is? He's a professional football soccer coach. And there's a very famous video of him. I'm actually going to pull it up for you right now.
Excuse me.
It's a very, very funny video of Jose Mourinho. Okay. Here we go. Get this up. And okay, here. I'm going to play this.
Do you feel aggrieved at Arsenal's second goal? The manner in which it came about, the quick free kick, the confusion as to whether the kick should have been taken or not?
I don't want to speak about it because if I speak about it, maybe I have to go to the FA for a visit. Maybe I have to stay in the stands for a few weeks. Maybe I have to spend some money instead of spend money with Christmas gifts. And I prefer not to speak about it. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Paul. He's top referee of the relation since before I arrived here in international matches before. He's one of the best in the world. I respect that, and I don't want to speak in the second goal.
So the very famous line is it's funny because this has happened multiple times, but he said
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
What?
So it's funny because it happened 2 separate times. So Magnus tweeted this video. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble, very big trouble. So Magnus Carlsen withdraws from the tournament and tweets that video of Jose Mourinho saying that I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in very big trouble. So everybody's like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Shortly afterwards, he alleges that there was cheating and that Hans Niemann cheats, right? Hans Niemann, which the Wikipedia is really funny. Hans Niemann, in an interview afterwards, after the alleged cheating, said chess speaks for itself, and then proceeded to subsequently lose all 3 of his remaining games.
Ooh, not a good look.
Which is rough. But yeah, so the big thing with Magnus is that going into the game, he had a 53-game unbeaten streak. And Hans was the one who ended it. Hans Niemann is a bit lower rated than him. So yeah, Magnus felt that Hans was cheating. He never really specified
How?
how necessarily it was happening, but like
Okay.
Also,
Is there like a
you know,
theory though? Like, did other people have theories?
well, I'll get to that. But there wasn't really anything, like, it was just Hans Niemann played like unusually very well, like above his typical level when you like grade it by a computer. Like he did play an abnormally very good game. And you know, obviously it's Magnus Carlsen, and most people are going to believe Magnus Carlsen. So it split a lot of like opinions, and different chess commentators and big, you know, chess YouTube channels who cover these things were saying different things, and chess grandmasters were split on it and saying different things about who they believe in all these types of things, right? And Carlsen never really fully responded to it. So then, like a month later, they were playing in an online tournament.
Okay.
It was part of the Champions Chess Tour. It was the Julius Baer Generation Cup. So Carlsen and Magnus were paired against each other for this online tournament. So they're each at their own homes, right? So Hans Niemann, I believe, had white, right? It doesn't matter. But basically, plays one move. Magnus plays a move. Magnus plays one move, resigns, and turns off his camera.
What?
After one move, and leaves. So, so Carlsen was asked why, and he said, "Unfortunately, I cannot particularly speak to that, but people can draw their own conclusions, and they certainly have."
What does that mean?
I have to say that I'm very impressed by Niemann's play, and I think his mentor Maxim Ducey is doing a very good job.
What does that mean?
So, yeah. So then there was this investigation into it, and into a lot of Hans's past games, and he was found to, and he admitted to cheating frequently in online games on his online account. But he said that he never cheated over an in-person over the board game, and he said that he hadn't cheated in a while. He did it when he was younger on his, you know, like just online account, right? So, but this does become an existential threat to the game, because obviously chess is kind of a solved game with computers. Like it isn't a solved game, but a computer is, you know, a computer could beat anybody, right? Like computers are just significantly better than any person will ever be able to be at chess. So cheating does become an existential threat to the game when you have that, and people, you know, if people do find a way to access computers, Neuralink or something, if that becomes a thing, right, then potentially this is a problem.
AI.
So basically, Twitch streamer and grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura, who's probably the best player in America right now, like top 5 player in the world, also a Twitch streamer, said that he believed that Carlsen had likely suspected Niemann of cheating, given that Niemann had previously been banned from chess.com for cheating online chess, which is true, right? Different chess masters weighed in on all these different things. And so, yeah, obviously Hans Niemann denying this, so that he did it when he was 12 and when he was 16. All of these things. So Play Magnus, which is Magnus Carlsen's website, published an article about the biggest cheating scandals in chess. And ended it with, "How did you beat Magnus Carlsen? Chess speaks for itself. What did it cost you? Everything." And then that was subsequently deleted. So then Carlson posted an official statement regarding the controversy on Twitter. He confirmed that he considered withdrawing from the single cup due to Neiman's last-minute inclusion. Carlson said that he believed Neiman cheated more often and more recently than he publicly admitted. In that Neiman's unusual over-the-board progress, coupled with him not being tense or even fully concentrating during their cup game, caused him to withdraw from the tournament. Because Neiman did kind of have this weird rapid rise in his late teens where he wasn't really on path to become like a top player, and then he just like randomly like
And he just
got
was.
very, very good in a very short period of time. So basically,
Okay.
that's kind of where it's at. But then the media got on it.
Okay.
And there is all these investigations and reports and paperwork that I won't go through. And then Hans Niemann filed a lawsuit against Carlson, his company Play Magnus, and Chess.com, and Hikaru Nakamura, the person who said that Magnus was probably saying it, and all these types of things. And then he did the lawsuit, and then it was dismissed by a judge, and they said that his suit was a public relations stunt, and there's all these. It was a whole thing, and then there was a settlement, and we don't really know about it, but it became this big thing. It took over the world of chess, but the media got on it in different comedy shows and whatever, and basically, it got to the point where most people who are following this believe, due to a variety of jokes in it being covered in like Trevor Noah and different late night shows, that Hans Niemann used vibrating anal beats to receive signals to cheat during, which there is absolutely no evidence of whatsoever. But that became to the point where it was like in headlines of news articles that became the controlling narrative of that's what's happened.
Okay, I kind of love that. That's amazing. I don't care if it's true or not true. I just love
beats to
it.
cheat. It's so good.
I love it.
But
That's
yeah.
the truth now,
So
as far as I'm concerned.
as far as I'm concerned, there is kind of a happy ending to the story. So they were recently, just like a month ago, paired in a tournament, and they just played out like a full normal game, and I think Magnus won. But you know, they did actually come to the board and play an actual game. So this all happened in like the fall of 2022.
Oh, this was way more recent than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, this was like very, very recent. So yeah, so basically there's a book written about it called Checkmate. That was by the same author who
great
wrote
title.
It's by the same author who wrote The Social Network, the book.
Oh, okay.
And the rights for it were shipped around, and it's landed on Nathan Fielder. So if I can't think of anybody better to make a movie about petty chess beef with vibrating anal beads for cheating than one Nathan Fielder.
Nice.
I think it can be perfect. And I don't even like The Social Network that much, but I think that
I
this
think
movie
it's
can be incredible.
overrated,
Yeah.
but I like it. I mean, I think I like it because I like Garfield in it so much. I think he's the thing
That's
that
fair. He's the best part
holds
of
it together for me. It's kind of like how, like, for example, Fall Guy, Gosling makes it doable for me. Like, I'm not saying that he makes it great, but he makes it doable for me.
That's fair. That's entirely fair, yeah. But
I think
anyways,
it's just
that
nice
was
to do like a little bit of what he got to do in The Nice Guys. Not as much,
Sure.
but a little bit.
Sure.
Although, God, they make him so mopey.
Just make him Ken.
No, oh God, no. He's like way mopier.
More? It's wild. I feel like he's just like, you know how people were talking about like Austin Butler, he keeps on doing the voice for Elvis. I feel like Ryan Gosling just keeps on doing the Ken bit. Like seeing him on like late night shows, I feel like he's just still being Ken. Like he's doing the Austin
Maybe.
Butler Elvis thing. Like he's just
Although
fully
now I'm
committed to,
worried
like,
about
that's him now.
Austin Butler being Stellan Skarsgård for like ever.
Yeah, just being like the weird, creepy guy.
It was frighteningly accurate. I gotta say, like, I think he should become a voice actor, like at least on the side. He clearly has an impeccable talent for imitation and accent work.
For sure. Yeah. No, he's gonna win an Oscar eventually for doing like another biopic, probably. Where he just
I mean,
like
he's a
flawlessly
really,
imitates
really good
somebody.
actor.
Yeah. I think that we need to have like a freak off between him and Barry Keoghan.
Oh God. The two of them need to be in a movie,
A
and
rom-com.
they need to be in roles where they can get nominated for best and supporting and both win.
I mean, this happened for different movies in the same year with Elvis and Banshees. And they were probably to be honest, they were the runner-up in each of those categories.
But I mean, like, the two of them in one movie together.
Yeah.
Like, if the movie is great and they, as amazing actors, which they both are great in it, they could take the two. That would be amazing.
But like, it needs to be somebody who's like a weirdo directing it. Like, it can't be like it's gonna be like a David Lynch type.
Yeah,
give those boys to Julia Ducournau. Or like Nathan Fielder, I guess. Could do it. He's a sicko. We just need the sickos and the weirdos to direct. Like,
honestly, you know who would actually be great at directing them? Would be if Bradley Cooper directed the movie without starring in it, because he is really, really good at giving actors space to act and command scenes as actors. I just like it when he directs a movie that he's like, I want him to direct a movie that he's not in.
I don't think he's directed a good movie yet. So I didn't care for A Star Is Born or Maestro.
I think he could be a great director if he's not in his own movie.
I mean, I would like that because I also don't think that he's a very good actor. Like, I'm not fully sold on the Bradley Cooper thing. I don't know. I don't see it.
I think he is a very, very talented actor, and I think he is a good director, and I think he has some great instincts. But he went to the Clint Eastwood school, and that is a problem.
Exactly. And like Clint Eastwood don't really care for him. Like, I just like that just type of I don't know. I don't think it works, and I don't think that he's picking. I think that he's I genuinely feel like he's picking projects for awards and not things that he's like that.
Well, right now, I mean, which is sad.
Yeah. Right. And like, honestly, with both of his directorial efforts so far, with both of Star Is Born and Maestro, like they feel like I don't think he works that well. I don't know. Like,
I mean, I think the scene in Maestro with the parade was genius. I actually think that the staticness of the shot, which normally would be such a juvenile directorial choice, was intelligent because he and Carrie could carry the scene completely on their own, and having Snoopy just moving slowly behind them through the windows.
I mean,
as the main feature of movement.
Who left Snoopy in the vestibule is an all-timer. Yeah.
Yes.
All-timer line.
Who abandoned Snoopy in the vestibule?
Iowa Debris' Letterboxd review is just simply, but who did abandon Snoopy in the vestibule?
Exactly. That was a dangling plot thread that we were never, ever given the answer to.
9 plot holes in Bradley Cooper's Maestro. Number 9.
But like, I just mean though that could actually be, I think, maybe an excellent opportunity, because maybe if the movie's fantastic, he could get a directorial Oscar. Then give a best actor, a supporting actor, depending on who writes the thing. Here's a best original screenplay. Maybe we sweep some crap and maybe we get a best picture out of this thing. I am cooking it. I'm conjuring up.
I don't think a Bradley Cooper darling movie.
I'm doing the easy bake oven version of Award's darling here.
I don't think sicko movies are gonna get that. If we're gonna have a true freak off, are we gonna get a true freak off with an award sweep?
We could.
I don't trust the Oscars to appreciate freak offs.
We could get Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross to do the music.
Sir, have you seen Challengers yet?
No, I know. Okay. I got to.
Because like
then we get Then we get the music Oscar as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working it. I'm making it happen.
Okay, so this is like, I genuinely like Challengers. I'm not nearly as like hot on it as everybody else. Like everybody else thinks it's like the greatest thing ever. Like I think it's decent. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Like I think it's good. I feel like I've just been very negative on movies. Like I like plenty of things. Like I like movies. But that film, everybody was obsessed with Reznor and Ross's score. That is the one thing I despised. That score made me understand the Babylon score haters. Like I understand how they feel now. Like,
the
and
Babylon
I think
score
that
was awesome though. That's the one thing I think we both objectively agreed on, like together, where we were like, no matter what any disagreement we had about either part of the movie, and besides that, the score was fantastic.
I think that Babylon's like one of the best movies of the decade so far. I adore that thing with every piece of my soul, and I think that score is like maybe it's like a top 3 score of all time for me. Like I think it's perfect. But there are people who think that it's like terrible and annoying and obnoxious and overbearing. And that is how I felt about Challengers, and everybody loves the Challenger score. And I don't understand it. It's just this like weird like 80s, and it just feels out of place and overused, and it took me out of the movie every time. Like I really despise that score. And that's like the one thing that I just don't get. Like everything else, even though I didn't like it as much as everyone else, like I get what people are loving at least. Like that I don't understand. Like I don't understand what is appealing about that whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm in my hater mode again.
No, that's fine.
So
I don't think you're hating.
I know I am hating. I do hate that score.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Like I'm letting it happen. Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, should we talk about the movie?
I was about to say it's an hour and 51 minutes in. Have not talked about either of the movies. We should probably just like make sure we do that.
For the one person that's still listening, or it'll just be timestamps and people just skip to this and miss the entire hour.
Yeah. Oh come on, they don't want to miss the our version of celebrities reading mean tweets, which is Trevor reading alpha male tweets.
They're so funny.
I know, right? Oh, I should have grabbed water when I was in the other room. It's okay. I
had my
lot of
last guzzle. You just like raw?
I love raw onions. Yeah, I had these brown rice cakes, or actually, I'm sorry, it was a black rice cake.
I don't. And I had explain.
You what?
Like, well, did you have them like on something, or were you just like popping them in? Like,
okay, let me explain the order. So I had the black rice cake. I put some Kalamata olive spread on it, and then I put on a veggie blend that is brown onion, red pepper, or capsicum as it's called here, green pepper, and I ate 2 of those. And then afterwards, I was just picking up vegetables and eating them, and then some of them I was dipping into the spread on their own, and then I was just eating handfuls of raw vegetables, which included the raw onions, yes, plain on their own.
Interesting.
I'll eat pretty much any vegetable raw other than like a potato because they just don't have good texture and they're too starchy.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or like a squash. Squash isn't really very good raw, but like, yeah, like I love raw broccoli and raw cauliflower. Plus you get more nutrients from them that way. Like roasting them, of course, is good. Steaming them is good. They taste good, but you lose so many nutrients from them. So I like them raw. I don't even have to dip them in stuff. I sometimes like dipping them in stuff just for a little good mouth feel. But yeah, nah, I just love the vegetables, all of them. The only vegetable that I like, and I like beets. I like beets a lot also. I think the only vegetable I don't like super love is like, I like asparagus, but I hate that it makes your pee smell. So I don't eat it as much as I should.
I've never had asparagus and I've never smelt my pee. So that's a win-win.
And then I absolutely hate watermelon.
Interesting. I do too, actually. I also am a hater when it comes to watermelon. I don't understand it. It's just weird textured water.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I know some people would say that about lettuce, but I like lettuce.
The lettuce works well, like, you can put lettuce on tacos. Like, it works well as a
Yeah, or
complement
you
to
can put
things
other
as
things
well.
on lettuce.
Like, I'm not putting watermelon in my tacos. 'Cause
No.
I respect Latino culture.
Yeah, I don't know, I just don't like it. It's also, like, I don't like that you have to spit out parts of it in order to eat it, like,
Yes,
I can't think of any
exactly.
other fruit or vegetable that I have to, like, that I have to go through such trials and tribulations to eat.
I also it's quite telling that I said I respected Latino culture, and you were silent after that, so we all know where you stand. Can I show you a flag I
Well,
want
I
to buy?
notoriously don't love tahini, so
Can I show you a flag I want to buy?
Yeah.
'Kay.
Is it about Latino culture?
No, it's Jesus died for our sins.
I
He's
need you
holding
to buy
sins.
it.
He's holding the thing of sins.
I need you to buy it.
It's $19 for
It's Prime, though. That's 2-day
I
shipping.
don't know what I would do with it. But I just feel like I should have this. So yeah.
Brand banger flags.
Yeah. Should we look and see what else they
You
have?
I was gonna say, yeah, go to other banger flags, please. Oh my god, it's a beer pong cup. Oh, yes. This is a dry campus? Yeah, right.
Intoxication. Okay. Trevor. Shooters. Come and take it, a jewel.
Oh my god, a jewel.
I will not die sober.
Oh my god. Don't tread on
Tread on
ye.
Ye. No, it's Ye Kanye.
I know, but 'cause, I mean, it's supposed I get it, though. Yeah.
No, Raisin Hell, Praise Dale.
Oh!
Drunk cigs don't count.
Oh my god. Anytime you can throw Ronald Reagan on a flag.
This is great.
Legalize cocaine?
Can I say something about drunk driving?
If you ain't first, you're last. Love it.
Can I say something about drunk driving?
Yeah, and I hope I agree with it.
Listen, Mara. It's not the drunk. Okay, just hear me out. Okay, you only hear
Okay.
about the drunk crashers, but
Oh,
never
god.
about the drunk drivers. All right, let's be honest here. We're in America. A lot of people drive drunk.
Oh my god, yeah, like, way too many.
A lot of people. And
Whew.
would you say, like, probably the majority of people that are driving drunk aren't crashing drunk? Like, if we're just to imagine the amount of drunk crashers we hear about against the amount of drunk drivers we can assume there are.
Well, yeah.
So
I
what
mean,
I'm
there's
saying is that there's quite a few people that have successfully driven drunk and not caused the problem. So really, it's not like drunk drivers aren't doing drunk drivers aren't doing anything wrong. It's the drunk crashers that are doing something wrong, and they're a small population. Like, if you're incredibly tired, that's also impairing you, right? But we don't like, regulate people's tiredness. Probably a lot of people drive very tired in the morning when they're going to work. That causes
and
accidents.
they shouldn't do that
And
either.
they shouldn't do that either, but there's no laws about that. I'm just saying that
No,
it's the
that's
drunk
just called adult
it's
responsibility.
it's the drunk social drinking and driving. It's the I'm just saying it's the drunk crashers that cause problems, not drunk drivers.
Oh, Trevor.
Somebody's not a drunk crasher if they're a drunk driver because they're still driving.
Oh, Trevor.
I'm
so glad you're 10,000 kilometers away from me right now. Because I'd smack you.
I think my logic is flawless.
Your logic is comedic. It is not, however, correct.
I think that we'll have to agree to disagree on this one. So
your logic is funny, but I think if you ask anybody who has ever lost someone or been injured seriously by a drunk driver, they might be like,
it hasn't happened to me. It hasn't happened to me, so are we sure it's real?
Oh, Jesus. And you're a registered member of the Republican Party, I assume.
Listen, I feel like with elephants, I don't. we're down.
Oh, anyways, I'm sorry, that was funny. Oh,
golly. Should we 2 hours in? Should we talk about
2 hours.
Movie?
All right, what do we want to start with?
I feel like we should start with the fifth wave.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so.
Okay. Also, Loki. I guess minor trigger warning here. What wave do you think you go out on? Because I think after 2 waves, I just kill myself.
Okay. I think it depends on where I'm living at the time. I think if I'm living in a major city, it's very likely that I would have gone out in the like the illness wave. Was that the second wave? Just because of my immune compromised frailty.
I have to remember what all the waves are.
The first wave was just them like messing up the world, right? Like the actual physical wave.
Yeah,
or was it the EMP technically?
I think it was the EMP was the first wave.
Okay, then like the physical, like them messing with gravity or the moon or whatever, and the actual flooding and stuff. And then the third wave was the
avian flu.
Yeah, the fourth wave was like the invasion, I guess, and then the fifth wave was the fact.
The fourth wave was possessing the humans, and then the fifth wave. The fifth wave was spoilers. Yeah, they're trying to get them. It's actually the military, which they telegraphed when it was they had working cars.
Yep.
But whatever. Yeah, I think if I'm not already dead after the second one, and like my family's dead, like I think I just peace. Like I think about it a lot with like a lot of these like dystopian like apocalypse stories. Like I just don't think I would have much of a will to live. Like I'm not a fighter in that sense. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna fight the state. Like I just feel fine going out because like all of the things that I'd want to do in the world probably aren't gonna happen anymore. So
I think it depends on if I have anyone that I care about left that would rely on me or would miss me, and then are my pets still alive? Because I would not abandon my pets.
This is fair. This is under the assumption that like family and friends dead, like in the position that she was in, basically. Like if we're going to assume that her brother was dead too or something like that, like she has nobody left. Like obviously none of my dreams gonna happen anymore. Do I really want to be a fighter here?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I always like to clock the point when I'm watching dystopian films. Like if I'm in this position, at what point do I start considering killing myself? Because I think it's an interesting way to monitor these types of films.
One thing I think we should also mention, since we didn't really say it until just now, is like if you are someone that is uncomfortable with the discussion of like self-harm and stuff, you should just tune out. I know that we're kind of discussing it in a really hypothetical scenario, but since it is a topic that could really make someone uncomfortable, though, please don't think that we are unaware of that. But this is in the most broad sense of a fictional universe, a fictional alien invasion. We're not trying to make light of the concept,
Yeah.
just FYI.
I talk about it very loosely because I have went through a lot of mental health issues where I have considered those things and went to a therapist to talk about those things. So I feel
Same.
more comfortable joking about it because I process trauma through humor. So I joke about
Yes.
things like that. But not everybody
Yeah.
functions like that and likes to joke about those things. So if you do not like to joke about those things, that is perfectly fine. But this is how I cope with mental illness.
Yeah, like when my therapist is like, "How are you doing today?" And I say like, "Do you want the answer you want, or do you want the answer
Yes.
that's real?" And they say, "Well, I want you to
This
be
feels like
honest
a
with me."
game.
And I say,
Yeah.
"If I'm honest with you, then you will lock me up. I'm going to give you the answer that is acceptable." So,
Yeah.
and she doesn't think
Definitely
that's
does that.
funny, but I do.
Yeah.
I think it's really
Exactly.
funny. So,
Right.
I
Like, I
honestly
mentioned,
think that
like
people, it's not everyone, but a lot of people that really struggle with like dark parts of mental illness, the only way a lot of us can cope is to laugh about it, because if not, I think it's sometimes really easy to succumb to it. And that's not everybody, but at least you and I do, I think, share that in common.
Yes. We like to joke about our depression because otherwise it's just depression. So,
Yeah.
like
Depression can be pretty depressing.
right, unless you joke about it. And this is why, like, I made a mention earlier, I want to do comedy. And people are like, oh, a lot of comedians are depressed. Well, there's a reason for that because it's typically the people that are most depressed that want, to be the most funny. So,
Well, also, I
um,
mean, if you're not laughing, you're crying.
right, yeah. And I prefer to laugh. I think laughing's fun.
Yeah.
So anyways, yes, good to
Yeah.
throw that out. I know I'll make jokes like that. I know that you'll probably make jokes like that. We are,
Oh, yeah.
for the record, just joking. It's kind of, if you liberals getting offended by our jokes,
Well,
getting
I just mean,
triggered.
usually we are pretty good about making sure that we say like, "Hey,
Yes.
FYI, we're gonna talk about this, that, or 7 other things." We just kind of forgot. We rolled right into it since we spent 2 hours talking about alpha males.
Alpha males.
But that being
But
said,
anyways,
yeah,
I'm going out
no,
of her way
it's,
too. All that being said.
yeah, I don't know that, especially that kind of thing, like the idea that you wouldn't know who was a real person or not,
Right.
like that
Like,
would
I just feel
really
like
bother me.
that's just a miserable way to live. Like, I don't especially because like, also well, I mean, you're probably because they killed all the adults. They were just using them kids to, like, be s soldiers for them. Like, I already don't wanna join the American military, like, I don't wanna join alien military, like
Man, child soldiers, what a common theme in like dark
life.
future /
No.
apocalyptic future media. It's
Yeah.
because they're malleable and controllable and brainwashable.
I am that. I'm not a child
Ugh.
anymore though, legally.
Nope.
No.
Even though and you haven't been child-sized in a real long time. I'm still child-sized. Like,
Right.
I literally got a coat in the mail because I needed to get a new coat, which they sent me the wrong coat. So I have to
Yeah,
go
it's getting to
tomorrow
be
and
winter
exchange
where
it
you
for the
are.
right
I
coat.
forgot. It's, like, about to be winter,
It is
no?
it is
It is
autumnal and it is muy cold for me. But
yeah, I've heard of it. It's
but I
85.
ordered it from the kids section because I had
Right.
kid size and it's cheaper, way cheaper.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
but yeah,
I
no, like
haven't been able to do this since I was, like, 11.
maybe if I had done like really extra good skincare, maybe I could have been like, "I'm a child soldier too. Trust me. Don't take my hat off. You don't need to see all my face. It's just really cold. Leave my scarf on."
Mara pretending to be a child again. Um, this isn't the first time, everybody. But yeah, I don't know. She's the waves happen and had some very, very funny voiceover. Um, and
I mean, I'm just really glad that what was his name? Is it Nate Robinson? Nick Robinson, right? Isn't that his name? Pouty guy, the one that was in Jurassic World that just
yeah,
like creepily stared at the girls.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad he's not really a thing anymore because
Yeah.
I just think the big thing was that he looked like pretty enough and that he just like stared creepily forward into the middle distance.
Listen, I can find you plenty of guys that can do that. Like,
Exactly.
they're out there.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. At first, I was like, I wasn't at all surprised he was still alive because why did they introduce him in the beginning of the movie at all? And then, you know, he didn't show up for 20 minutes, and it's like, surprise, he's still alive. It's like, I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh my God, her boyfriend ended up being an alien, sort of. Not at all surprised.
Yeah. Did deliver maybe the best line in cinematic history. They're
Which one
wrong.
was that?
Love's not a trick. It's real. I know because of you.
Oh God, I was like, no way. And I
So-
feel bad though, because like she's
That
just not
was the
super
fifth
great
wave.
in this. And the
That
movie
was
didn't
the
do her
fifth
any favors, but like her agent, I get it
Yeah.
why it was a thing, but like her agent was, I don't know, maybe just trying to get her out and do as many things as possible, like
Yeah.
pop while you can, but this was not a good choice for her.
Yeah. I recently watched Suspirious. He's very good in that.
Yeah.
The Luca
Honestly,
film.
okay, so there's this movie, I think it was actually made by like HBO Films. It is it's called Dark Places. It has Charlize Theron in it. It has Nicholas Hoult in it also.
Interesting.
It is written by the same person I think that wrote Gone Girl. And it's actually a pretty good adaptation. And oh, it also has the girl from Mad Men, the one that everyone lusts over.
Who? I haven't watched
The
Mad
redhead
Men, nor have
one.
I lusted over anybody from it.
Well, good. You're more adult than most people. Oh, here, let me just Google her really quick.
Original writer. Oh yeah, Gillian Flynn from Gone Girl, Sharp Objects. Also wrote Widows. Interesting. I feel like nobody talked about Widows by Steve McQueen, but I think it's quite good.
Christine Hendricks.
Oh, okay. But Chloe Grace Moretz is in this.
Yeah, she's actually kind of good in it too.
Interesting.
Who else is? Hold on, there's someone else in it.
Wait, let me just read off the cast. Charlize Theron, Nicholas Hoult, Chloe Grace Moretz, Christina Hendricks, Ty Sheridan, Corey Stoll.
Ty Sheridan, that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Corey Stoll's in it too. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, Charlize is only just fine in it, but yeah.
I was just jump scared into remembering that Ty Sheridan's in the Tree of Life.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie, but I forget he's in there. I don't like Ty Sheridan's like just face in general. I don't know why. I brought this up before.
He's actually kind of okay in this movie, surprisingly. Like he actually plays a character.
I'm sure he's like not a bad person. He's just something about it just annoys me.
I know.
It's a problem.
But like
card
I don't know, but Liev was funny in this. I forget the name of the lady that played like the I'm a Southern military person. These things, you need to get your revenge, and you're gonna kill this thing for me to demonstrate your resolve. I have a really weird hairstyle, even though I'm in the military. Like, she was something. Yeah, she was something.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, the military was bad. I hate to tell it to you, everybody, but the military isn't exactly good right now.
Was that Maria Bello? I think that was Maria Bello.
Wait, what? Was it?
No. It says she plays Sergeant Resnick.
That is her. Oh my
That's
God.
Maria Bello.
Oh! Okay, I gotta go back and rewatch some of those scenes because like I just didn't recognize her, but she like
that's fully Maria Bello.
She's like aged a little. I mean, I know this movie is a little older, but still though. I'm just used to seeing her in like the early 2000s.
That's wild. You know, one of the funniest things ever about Maria Bello? Okay, so I didn't know who Maria Bella was until I just heard she was writing this movie. You want to know what movie from a couple years ago she like wrote and produced?
What's that?
The Woman King, the Gina Prince
What?
Bythewood movie. Yeah, she was
No.
like one of the initial writers and the producer for The Woman King.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's the only time she's ever produced something, and I believe her only like just personal screenwriting credit.
Alrighty.
It's just randomly the woman like, huh? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Fifth Wave was fun. I remember when it came out. I mean, I didn't like avoid seeing it or anything. I was just busy. That was a really busy time for me at the plant. But yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Or at least I think. Wait, no, was I at the plant or was I? Oh, I was in the Navy, I think, when that came out. What year was that?
2016.
Oh no, I was in LA then. But I think I was just like
too busy.
Yeah. A little too busy for that particular YA franchise, but
yeah. It's just,
but I had fun with it though.
It's not a boring movie.
No, I mean, it actually moves along pretty well. Like,
it is funny though how it goes to, it's about the the fifth wave, and it just goes through like the first 4 waves in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it is about the fifth wave, but yeah. I think there was also supposed to be a second movie, and it just never happened. Which makes sense.
I did actually like the beginning though, like the whole how she shot that guy thing, because I was like, oh, it's definitely not going to be a gun. But I love that it was a cross. Like, even more guilt there, where it's like, you do what you have to do. Like, dude shouldn't have been reaching for anything, but like, or like shouldn't have moved, and unfortunately something glimmered and whatever.
I don't know if I'd necessarily like. Sure, it's you feel guilty that you shot someone, but like the people that wear massive cross necklaces, like not always the best, at least in my experience.
Trevor, oh my god.
No shade.
I just mean, like, what a great thing. It's not like it was like a water bottle or a flask or
I'm not saying that I would like take a gun and like I'm just saying that in the grand scheme of people, if you're going to wear something as a necklace, the people that have worn those, if I was to put in a tier list, right? Like, as far as people who wear different kinds of necklaces, that necklace, like that person, like a white man with a giant cross necklace, like that is fairly low down as far as just the type of person I expect them to be. Like, maybe they're great, but just you get what I'm going for here. Like, they're like that's like a C tier person on first glance.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, for example, she could have felt guilty even if he had a gun, just because, like, you can still feel guilty taking a human life when you are provoked and you are acting in self-defense. There's nothing that precludes your guilt. But I love that he was dying, or like he thought he was dying. He was seriously injured and he was like basically praying. Like, that was actually kind of like a really great way to like start us out with her. Like, I know we didn't know what it was until we went and did like the how it all started, but still though I was like, dang,
I bet you're wondering how I got here. Let's
I used to just be a normal girl. I just used to go and insult little hot boys' phone cases because like I was so cool.
I don't think that I could kill. Like, if put in that situation, I just think I don't think I could kill an animal. I don't think I could kill it. Like, I think I just die there.
An animal, I don't know if I could kill an animal.
I don't think I could kill an animal. Like, I do think a person would be easier.
Not something that like is like that has eyes that I could look into. Like, I think I could fish, probably.
Yeah,
I just be like, I'm gonna grow the sickest tomatoes ever.
I just like I genuinely think I'm like, someone breaks into my house, someone points a gun at me. I for some reason also have a gun. I think that I just let myself get shot there. Like, I genuinely don't think that I could pull the trigger, even if they were going to kill me. I don't think that
maybe
I can
part of
make
it is
myself.
just that I'm trained, but I
That's probably
100%
part of
know
it.
that I could.
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't want to, but I know that I could.
Yeah, I don't. I'm glad. Am I glad that I wouldn't be able to?
It's okay to
Like,
feel either way about it.
I feel like if put in that situation, I would like to be able to defend myself. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's an
The good
interesting
news
one.
is though, for example, like my house has and I'm not even joking, a paranoid amount of locks on doors and windows. And I mean a paranoid amount. I have 6 locks on just like my front door. And like I have literal intrusion devices that mean it like you could not even like break down my front door. Like if there's a fire, they will have to break through the windows. Like they won't be able to break through the front door. Not even like they'll have to use axes or something. Like they cannot physically use like a battering ram thing to break in the front door. Like I dare the SWAT to try and break through the front door. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, hopefully we don't
I
get doxed and swatted. Let's not.
well, I have like steel reinforced like and then like the crossbar thing and the
I
door
could
kicker
swat you.
thing and like locks
I
at
could test
different
this
heights.
out.
Like it
I
what?
could. I said I have your address. I could test this out and say that like Dan's
You
like
could, but I really would
running
rather you
a
not.
running like a
I
I
don't
don't know like
wanna
an underground meth thing in the basement. Or do you guys
well,
in the
considering
house?
that in Arkansas there really is a meth problem, please don't do that.
You know, I'm just saying that if you
But like
wanted me to test this out,
please don't.
I'm there.
But I don't wanna traumatize my cats for real.
This is true.
But anyways,
not even
like
Dan. Just
but
the cat.
between Dan will be fine. He's a big strong person. But like between having a lot of intrusion prevention devices like locks on my doors and my windows, I have like the top of the line security system with sirens, motion detectors, glass break detectors. I have floodlights outside that are motion sensitive. That
Oh,
security
wow.
system is on every single instant of every day, other than when I enter and exit my house. Like there are so many ways with which I preclude the possibility of having to ever use the weapon that I do have inside my home because I am a pacifist. I in no way want to ever harm another person
Yeah,
ever, ever.
I'm the
Just because
same.
I know that I could doesn't mean that I ever want to ever.
No, that's fair. I would like to have all of the same security things. I just know that I am way too lazy to go through the process of getting that all put together and set up.
But you don't need to right now, man. You're going to be living on campus. You're going to have, I mean, just do the right things. Like, you should maybe take a self-defense course, though, because you might be walking around at night. And even though you are very tall
Yeah.
and you are not a good target of opportunity, like, you might be able to help someone who is a target of opportunity. And just
This is
having some
true.
super basic skills would actually be a really good idea. They're so
Okay,
cheap.
this
People
is
love to help teach you how to defend yourself.
this is an interesting thing that I've just thought about. This might also go along with my depressive mental illnesses. I think it would be much easier for me to attack someone in the defense of another person than it would be for me to defend myself for some reason. Because then I feel like I'm doing it like for another person, which maybe I should value my own life to the same extent as I would value another person's. But it just in my head, it would feel easier to like take someone out in the defense of somebody else than it would be if I'm just myself one on one with someone.
No, I know exactly what you mean, though. Like,
Okay.
I would definitely prioritize someone else over myself for sure. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of like intrinsic value, which is not at all true. Everyone has the same intrinsic value as everyone
Right.
else.
Which, like, in theory, these people shouldn't mean more than me. And if anything, I should think that I mean more because I'm me. In reality, we all mean the same. But
Yeah.
it's interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, the fifth wave, maybe it's more thought provoking than we gave it credit for.
Right?
Silly
We want to
movie.
talk about When Harry Met Sally, though, because I
Yes.
know it's like normally I would not have had to worry, but like probably I do only have maybe like 15 minutes left because
we
I
went
have
very long.
I have to get my fringe, my overgrown
What
fringe
time is it
trimmed,
today?
and I was gonna walk there, and it is like a 16-ish minute walk, so I got to be out of the door in about
It's a
20-ish minutes.
It's 11 o'clock p.m. here. What time is it there?
1:30, 1:36 technically.
p.m. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Okay. I guess
But like
you would be
normally
going
I was
to
like not worried about time at all because it's been 2.5 hours. So I was like, oh, I got plenty of time. But we still have plenty of time to talk, and I can talk all the way up until the instant that I have to leave. I can. I've already got on clothes and stuff, so I've just got to put on my boots and then walk out the door. So no worries.
Cool. Up by the bootstraps. I
Yeah.
I've
Did
been
you
hearing this out. Like,
like any of it?
I really loved it. I loved this movie. I threw this all 9 out of 10 on Letterboxd.
Yes!
I really, really liked this movie. It gave me the similar feeling to the Before trilogy where it's just like I could listen to these people talk for like 10 hours.
Yes.
Which I love, and
And
that's
I
why I
also
think
loved Bruno Kirby and Carrie Fisher as side characters because like
Oh yeah, Carrie
they
Fisher's
just
great.
felt like such colorful side characters, but also like kind of real people that also like just find each other.
Yeah, and I love. Have you ever seen Reds by Warren Beatty?
I have not, but I know of it.
Okay, so throughout the so it's about like these like communist like photographers, which also what a baller move by Warren Beatty to make his directorial debut a 3.5 hour long epic about communist journalists. Like, give the man props. But basically, it cuts back and forth between like this story is like Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson and Warren Beatty as well in the role, like decent guys, and they're playing these figures from the 1920s and 1910s, and it cuts to like interviews of people that knew them. In like documentary style that's intercut with the film, and I believe that these are scripted, but this does a very similar thing, and I like it quite a bit, like where how it will like cut to the different like couples, and I think that's a very very fun technique that I want to incorporate in some ways into stuff, which I kind of had with one of my projects, but yeah, no, I mean it's just like it's just a really rich like textured screenplay. Like there's a lot to it, and it hits all of the traditional rom-com things while also like being aware and subverting them, but not in a way where it's like explicitly telling you that it's subverting these things. Like it subverts in like a subtle and nuanced way, which is really really nice because you have to strike the balance between just like following along with the tropes, and then like you should do that, but then you also shouldn't like subvert for the sake of subverting without any meaningful like purpose behind the subversion. And I think this like struck like the perfect balance between like like this genuine like it's a genre defining film, I think. Like
It's like
it's like the
maybe my
rom-com.
ultimate favorite rom-com because like I notoriously hate rom-coms so very much. But
Yeah.
I just think maybe this is Meg Ryan's best.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that
Her
again,
best role,
she's
her
not
best
like
hair. Like the hair, Jesus
oh my God.
Christ, the hair.
The hair when she sees him for like the first big time jump where she's got like the like kind of shoulder length perm, that I think is just like she looks maybe the best in her life that she's ever
Hair.
looked in that.
Hair. It's the
So
best hair.
well, and then and even the very first when she's like super young hair, like oh my God, the hair.
Like it's some of the best hair in cinematic history, for being completely honest. Like,
but like Billy Crystal, like he's not like a heartthrob guy, but I like crush over him in this movie so hard. Like
yeah, like he's like he's just such a guy. Like he just like is a guy that's like there. Like in the same way that like I have this, I don't think that Glenn Powell is a real person. I just think that he's just like kind of a guy that exists. In the ether, and he's all of guys but none of them at the same time. He just exists as this enigmatic like representation of like a guy, um and I feel like that's like really great. Like he just is like a guy that is both all guys and no guys at the same time.
Sunday, what happened to Sunday? I told him they don't make Sundays because of God.
Like it's yeah, no, it's really like it's kind of a perfect screenplay. Like
I know that
it's
movie
really
like
good one.
backward and forward like by heart. You have no idea.
Yeah, and no, it is like the perfect type of comfort movie, like a easy, like it's very easy to return to and watch again. Like, yeah, no.
And
I
I
mean,
actually really like the big like gesture moment at the end. Like, you know, you're cold when it's
yeah,
73 degrees out and it takes you 20 minutes to order a sandwich and blah blah blah. And
because
it's
it's
just
earned within the character. Like it is actually set up. Again, it isn't following along with the beats just because it feels like it has to, and it isn't subverting just because it feels like it has to. Like it is doing what makes sense and is natural for the characters, like regardless of what the conventions of the genre are. Like that is just the natural conclusion for these characters because you know whether they're in a rom-com or not, like these characters just existing as you know things like that is what these characters would do. Like they are the type of people that would do that if they were real people. So yeah,
yeah,
just
and I mean I
really,
know
really
it's been like kind of parodied and like heavily homaged over and over again by like other movies, and this movie objectively just did it first, did it best. But I cherish this movie so much. And I'm so glad that you liked it because, you know, some stuff is going to be hit or miss, just like either A, generationally, or B, based on when you've seen it and when you've seen stuff that has come after it and done things like it. But I am just so glad that you enjoyed this because I'm going to give you
yeah.
something that may not work for you.
Okay. Can I read out a couple of Letterboxd reviews that I liked this?
Please, yes, please do.
Okay. 1989 Meg Ryan is the most beautiful woman in the world. Billy Crystal is probably part goblin, but I love him too.
Yes.
This one. My dad muted the fake orgasm scene, but then my mom grabbed the remote and turned the volume back on. What an icon.
Yes.
And then I thought that this was funny. The fact that the scene where Harry and Sally watched Casablanca at the same time while talking on the phone was something that Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal did every night. Fellas, is it gay to base a heterosexual romantic comedy you're directing on your real life friendship with the lead actor? Because it's reading about how like a lot of the screenplay is like taken directly from conversations that Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal had.
Which I love that. I love that so much.
A little bit gay, but I'm here for it.
Right?
And probably my favorite one. Quotes. I've seen better fake orgasms. Ben Shapiro.
Ha! Oh my god.
That one's from a former Schmoeden commander, Demi Adeshigbe. Very funny guy. But yeah, no, absolutely love this movie. It does. I really. Well, I'm not gonna do it now. Sometime over the summer, though, I am assigning you the Before trilogy.
I know.
Like,
I really
we're going to
do.
make it happen.
Yes.
So next week, which we'll try to do it next week.
We will.
We will.
Yeah, honestly, when we get off of this, if you want, well, actually, it's pretty late for you. If we want, like, first thing tomorrow or whatever, we can just text it out and we'll just pick a time to record and we'll just pick it then. And that way it'll just be done. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. All right. What are we picking?
Do you want me to go first?
I can go first since I did kind of set it up earlier on covertly.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And you've also hyped yours up a bit as something I may not or may not like. So we'll see. So earlier I had you watch the trailer for something. I saw the TV Glow by Jane Schoenbrunn.
Yeah.
And I don't believe you've seen it, but their debut feature film, We're All Going to the World's Fair, I think is top 5 of this decade. I think it is brilliant. And I would like you to watch it.
Okay.
This
Excellent.
is the poster. Stars a first-time actress named Anna Cobb, and she is brilliant in it. And the premise is reality and fantasy begin to blur when teenager Casey, alone in her attic bedroom, immerses herself in a role-playing horror game online.
I see that it is on Prime.
Yes, it is. It's brilliant. And it'll also be good prep before I make you watch I Said the TV Glow, because I probably won't shut up about it all year when I see it.
Fantastic.
So yeah. We'll see if you like it. For yours? Sure.
Okay, so I know we've talked about this a lot, and I'm like 99% sure that I remember you saying that you haven't seen this, I think. Although I could be wrong. I could be having a seizure, and if not, I have alternatives.
Okay.
You still have not seen Down Periscope, right?
No.
Okay, that's what
I have not seen it. Okay.
This movie is okay, so my time in the nuclear navy. The nuclear navy is very different from the rest of the Navy. So anybody that was not a Navy nuke will not relate to, like, they may find also common ground with this movie because they may have gotten a really good work center. They may have had a really good boss, but the nuclear navy, the vibe, especially on my ship at that time in my work centers, this was the vibe. This movie is the best, most accurate pseudo biopic of the vibe of what it feels like, what it felt like to be in the nuclear navy on the USS Enterprise during Gulf War II. As close as it possibly gets. And I know that sounds like, oh, you're just being hyperbolic because it's a silly comedy. It's like, no, we were as silly and had as much stupid fun as we possibly could because we were on deployment in the Middle East during Gulf War II. And this movie is nostalgic for me for that exact reason. Like, I cherish this movie so much. So we're watching Down Periscope this week.
Interesting. It's by David S. Ward, who I have seen a film from Major League.
Yeah. Stars Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Holly, regrettably Rob Schneider.
I'm looking at the poster here.
A lot of other people.
Like at least three of these men look like they've had gay sex on this boat.
I mean, as long as it's consensual, I don't care what kind of sex anybody has.
I'm just saying, like guy in the left, like Loki looks like a twink. I don't know.
Hey, if you've got it, work it.
Like the way he's standing, I don't know. I'm interested.
I'm so looking forward to watching this movie again. It's been a little while since I've even revisited it, and yeah, Kelsey Grammer knows exactly what movie he's in. By the way, he is having a very good time. Yeah, he is.
Beast, right? Yeah.
He is Beast 1. Yes.
Throw him in, or who is the person that they threw into a post-credit scene somewhere?
Oh, that was at the end of
Is that the Marvels?
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't actually stay and watch it. I left at the credits because I did not like that movie, so I didn't really care. But was that Kelsey Grammer or was that the other person?
Yeah, it's the Kelsey Grammer one. Because they
Kelsey
were
Grammer
like,
one? Yeah.
oh, it's or wait, no. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, it's officially the X-Men. They're tied in now. Ah!
Are they gonna do anything with it? I'm so like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch Deadpool and Wolverine because I'm probably like,
I am, but only because I just really, really, really love Hugh Jackman, and I am eager to see like give zero fucks Wolverine and him say let's fucking go a bunch of times, because I generally hate when everyone says let's go, but I'm okay with this happening. And I hope that the alchemy between the two of them, because all of the like set stuff that I've seen, they genuinely seem like they are having such a good time. And any time thus far that I have seen a movie or TV show, like Parks and Rec is one great example, a TV show where people love being there and people love working on what they're making, generally makes something that I end up liking. It doesn't necessarily mean everyone likes it, but when the people are happy to be at work working on it because they are having so much fun, I usually end up like that kind of comedy or like chemistry between the cast usually works for me. I hope the story works for me because they're getting the TVA involved, and that probably is going to include some Loki show elements, which some of the Loki show did work for me, some of it didn't.
I still haven't even watched the second season of that. I probably should.
Stuff happens. Well, if you need me to, I can give you the 5-minute download version next week if you're like, yeah, I'm never going to watch that. So you
I
just let me
mean,
know.
realistically, I probably won't. So
Okay, well then next
maybe that
week
will happen.
we'll do story time with Mara,
Because
where
if
I
I
just
do end
give
up
you
watching,
an entire season of a show in 5 minutes or less.
it's just like there's so many shows that I feel like I have to watch, and there's just so much like.
But here's the thing, I've probably watched all of the things that you feel like you ever have to watch, and we can just start doing segments that are story time with
Yeah.
Mara, a season of a TV show Trevor isn't gonna watch in 5 minutes or less.
Because like I might end up watching it, but I also don't want to commit hours into a TV show that, if we're being realistic, I probably won't like. So, yeah, maybe that will have to be a thing. Because
I will prepare a segment.
okay, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I didn't like the first two Deadpool movies. I also like Hugh Jackman. I do think it's funny how the X-Men stuff ended, and he was like, "I'm going to be a serious actor," and did The Sun, and made maybe the worst movie of his career. And then I was just like, "Well, guess it's back to Wolverine." God, what a disaster! Crazy how Florian Zeller made like one of the best movies of the decade with The Father, and then just made The
Right?
Sun.
Yeah.
Which has Hugh Jackman saying something where he's just like his son, Rebecca's son tries to like cut himself on the wrists, and then Hugh Jackman is like, "Why are you doing this? When you cut your wrists, it's like you're cutting my wrists."
Oh yeah,
This is
I heard that.
amazing line delivery from him. I mean, what a yeah. I had a cold the last 2 days, and my voice is dead.
Well, I think we did it.
Yeah, my
my
voice
throat
is
still
fully
hurts.
gone, but
I'm gonna get tea
yeah,
on
it's
my way
not
back.
feeling great. I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink.
I'm gonna drop it like it's hot the second after we
Better.
cut, if you don't mind. But then you should get something to drink, and you should just get some rest.
Yes, I will do so. This has been The Basement. None of you are watching at this point. We could have said anything. We could have
Someone's
been saying
watching.
slurs. We could have been saying slurs, but you wouldn't know. We didn't.
We wouldn't. Probably.
Well, speak for yourself. I only the ones that I'm allowed to say. I'm allowed to say some. I can say some.
We'll see you next week on the
You can say some too.
basement.
We both have slur privileges. Okay, we can.
I've got several.
You have more than I do. What are you even talking about?
We can share. Sharing is caring. This
Imagine
is
a
going off the
slur
rails fast.
Final thing. My new favorite genre of YouTube videos I've discovered is people doing slur speedruns, where they have a list of 20 slurs and they just run through them as fast as they can. And then I went down this rabbit hole of a bunch of people trying to beat the score, and they set up the speedrun timer, and they just try to say slurs as quickly as they can, and it's really funny. Bye, everybody.
Okay, remind me. Bring up the slur game, the slur run thing at the top of the next show. Please remember this.
Yeah,
just please remind me. I got something I want to say, but I do not have the time right now.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I don't want to be late to get my fringe trimmed. My fringe.
Okay, bye. No more slurs. Bye.